who threw a salami and cheese sub at a federal agent during the law enforcement surge in Washington. A former Virginia elementary school teacher who was shot by a first-grade student was awarded $10 million. Abby's Werner says a former assistant principal was told the boy may have had a gun in his backpack but did nothing. Attorney Diane Toscano.
This could have been prevented. So now to hear from a jury of her peers that they agree that this tragedy could have been prevented.
The number of layoffs this year has reached recession levels.
The outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas says U.S. employers announced 1.1 million layoffs through October, the biggest total since the pandemic and on par with the Great Recession of 2008 and 2009.
And it was the largest October total we'd seen since 2003.
CEO John Challenger says companies aren't just cutting costs.
But we're also seeing big cuts from AI adoption as companies begin to look at ways to change their workforces.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
If lawmakers can't make a deal to reopen the government, thousands of flights at 40 major airports could be canceled across the country.
The FAA cuts are being made to alleviate staffing pressures on air traffic controllers working without pay.
They want to keep people safe, so if they have to make a reduction, they have to pick somewhere.
Angela Donahue is nonetheless frustrated that the government shutdown continues to drag on.
All of those politicians need to put their big boy and big girl pants on and get it done. People are suffering.
Matt Bigler for CBS News at San Francisco International Airport.
Looks like many people are making a plan B. Hertz is seeing an increase in car rental reservations for one-way bookings through the weekend. In Louisville, Kentucky, the bodies of 12 people have been recovered from the UPS cargo plane crash. But Mayor Craig Greenberg says there are still 9 people missing.
Teams will be out there searching through the debris now in what's called a delayering search in coordination with the NTSB and their investigation.
The plane's engine fell off just after takeoff, sparking a massive explosion. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi won't be seeking another term. Correspondent Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill.
House Democratic leaders are praising Pelosi for her leadership, mentorship, and patriotism. Pelosi says she will serve out the remainder of her term through 2027.
Checking Wall Street this afternoon, a lot of red for the markets. The Dow's down 270, NASDAQ off 306. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
A confrontation between cops and a man with an axe. The story coming up. But first, KIRO Newsradio Traffic. Here is Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. This report brought to us by the Seattle International Auto Show. Most of our heavy volumes right now are between Northgate and Tukwila and over to Renton. Let's start with Renton. South 405 at the Maple Valley Highway, State Route 169. State Patrol's on your right shoulder with a disabled vehicle. Traffic actually starts to slow way back at 112th, but gets thick near the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton will take you 25 minutes. Going the other way, North 405, you're packed at the West Valley Highway into Newcastle. South Center to Bellevue is at 35 minutes, a 15-minute delay. Heading through Seattle, North 5 heavy at the north end of Boeing Field into downtown. South 5, you're heavy through Northgate. By the time you hit Lake City Way, though, this starts to thin out to scattered backups through downtown. Linwood to Seattle, 25 minutes. And it's a soaker today, so watch out for potholes and standing water. See them, touch them, drive them at the Seattle International Auto Show, presented by BECU. Lumen Field Event Center, November 14 through 16. Discover your drive. SeattleAutoShow.com. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
A confrontation between cops and a man with an axe. Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle police have released body cam video of that.
Put down the axe and we won't touch you.
Last Thursday, police body and dashcam cameras showed officers ordered the suspect to drop an axe at a busy intersection in the city's Soto district.
Put down the axe.
As the suspect started walking down a sidewalk,
Get on the ground
officers deployed less than lethal weapons.
Less lethal!
Moments later, the suspect appeared to point a gun right at the officers.
Hey, he has a gun! Hey, he has a gun!
Multiple officers fired, and police say the suspect died at the scene. Nobody was injured. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A use of force team is investigating. We're hearing from a witness who saw the end of a high-speed deputy pursuit of a stolen motorcycle this week. The chase ended when the biker crashed into a "Welcome to Lakewood" sign. A man who works nearby telling KIRO 7 TV.
Straight out of a movie. I mean, I'm coming out just for the commotion and seeing all the cops and the bodies and the passenger screaming. It was wild.
The biker wanted for domestic violence died at the scene. His passenger was hospitalized. The Redmond City Council has voted to turn off the city's flock license plate reading cameras. The cameras can help catch criminals, but cities recently became aware that ICE agents can obtain information from the cameras. The Redmond police chief insists federal agents did not get a hold of any of his city's data. The Seattle School Board has picked a new superintendent to lead the state's largest district. Ben Schuldner tells KIRO 7 TV he's ready to tackle the district's ongoing money struggles.
When I get here, we're going to have deep and informed conversations about what the budget looks like and where everything has to be on the table because you have to be honest and open.
Schuldner is currently running the Lansing School District in Michigan, where he's credited with boosting student scores and graduation rates. The Seahawks' new wide receiver has arrived in Seattle. Rashid Shaheed says he was sad to leave his teammates in New Orleans, but excited to join a contender in Seattle.
So I know it's a winning organization, and that's what matters the most in this league, and just excited to be a part of it and get to know the guys, the coaches, and just get acclimated with the culture around here.
The Hawks gave up 2 picks in next year's draft in exchange for Shaheed. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain today with highs in the upper 50s. It is 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Thursday, November 6th. Jake Skorheim here, Spike O'Neill right there. Spike, welcome to the
Hello,
show.
my brother. Welcome.
There's a lot of stuff going on today. Big day.
Looking forward to today.
Big day. Lots of great conversations we're going to have. We've got a few fun ones. We've got a bunch of local politics to cover. I feel like we're going to solve a lot of problems today, Spike. You and I always do. Yeah, we always solve stuff.
I do love that we try to be solution-oriented. We can always bring to you the news of the day, the concerns that we have as residents of the Northwest, but to work towards solutions, to find a way through this and not just complain. It's a wonderful feeling.
We don't complain on the show.
Oh, I like to complain a little bit. Sometimes you got to complain to get attention.
Well, we don't complain, though. That's not a thing that we really do.
True.
We gripe. No, just kidding. No, we don't complain.
It's all about how you define. I like this.
We have the theme of this show is upbeat. So anytime you listen to the show, you're going to walk away feeling like, all right, I feel at least I'm not going to feel worse listening to these guys unless you hate us.
And we're trying to find solutions.
We're trying to suggest things. We're also coming at it from our two different perspectives.
I love the fact that you open my eyes and ears quite often to just a point of perspective I hadn't considered.
Samesies.
Right.
Yeah, samesies.
Love this job.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Let's get into first things first. Oh, we're also going to talk Seahawks just a little bit. We haven't had Mike Lefko on with us for a while.
The sting of postseason disappointment, I think, has healed enough.
Yeah, but he's really like our football guy.
Yeah,
he's our guy, and the Seahawks are looking really, really good. And I passed him in the hallway the other day, and I was just like, we kind of looked at each other. Like we had, like we knew who each other was. Said, aren't you
doing this? Where do I can't place.
So yeah, we're gonna get him back on. We'll talk about the Seahawks.
Beautiful.
They have a big, exciting acquisition that they just made right before the deadline, and I mean, people are saying the Seahawks, like, what's gonna stop them now from going all the way? And I think that's a great question. Mike's is he gonna tamper our excitement, enthusiasm, or is he gonna confirm it for us? So we'll have that at 1:30, and just a lot of other stuff. Great stuff. First things first, when we went off the show yesterday, Bruce Harrell had a 7-point and change lead over Katie Wilson in the Seattle mayoral race, which was interesting because in other races in Seattle, the more moderate candidate got walloped.
Yeah.
Walloped.
Wiped off the boards.
Not even close.
Yeah.
They just called him. But in this one, Harrell maintains a lead. Now, he is not the more progressive of the two candidates.
Nope.
They're both very, very, Democrat left, but he is definitely not as far left as Katie Wilson because he's not a socialist.
No.
And he's had the job before. We've seen him do the job.
He's got the experience. He's got somewhat of a moderate track record. He's leaned into the problems the city faced with regard to crime.
Sure.
With regard to, he could have done a better job. We all agree on that. With regard to homelessness, affordable housing, all these things. He's made efforts. And to your point, the other races, the progressives, the far left,
they did very well.
They tidal waved.
Yeah, they did very well.
And the mayor's holding on to the buoy.
He's holding on. In fact, there was a dump of votes last night at 4:00, and he picked up like a point. So he is about right now. The vote total as it stands right now is for Bruce Harrell 62,086 votes, and for Katie Wilson 53,776 votes. Now this is interesting because in the primary. Before the general, the primary happened, and Katie Wilson was ahead of him by it's almost the exact opposite. She was about 10 points ahead of him in the primary.
Right.
She got 98,562 votes. Harrell got 80,043 votes. So my question to you is, there's a lot of missing votes here. And where are those votes? When will those votes get counted? She had almost 100,000 votes in the primary. Now, that could have just been people saying, hey, it'd be interesting. Let's give her an opportunity to really get a chance to voice her, what she has to say to the people, put her in the debates. Let's see how she stacks up against Harrell. And maybe they found her wanting, and that's why they didn't show up and vote for her. I don't know that that's the case.
I think what you're going to find, because there's news today that the last-minute voting, day of voting, was monstrous.
It was a lot, very
monstrous.
Big.
Final 11th hour turnout. You guys all mentioned that you had gone to different ballot drop boxes, and we're talking about the city of Seattle in particular. But Laura went to Seattle. You went up in your county.
I'm up in Snohomish, and
there were lines waiting for people to drop off their ballots at most ballot drop boxes. I experienced the same thing up in Shoreline. There are now 140,000 ballots waiting to be counted.
Yeah,
that were last minute 11th hour drop off day of
the city of Seattle
election. There are more to be counted than have been counted because
we kind of think about how we're doing votes.
What do you mean?
This is the day of there's so many arguments for day of. There's so many arguments. We're not going to wait weeks before they count all these things because they're going to trickle in. All I had to do is be postmarked by nighttime on the day of.
Yeah, 8 p.m.
Those can trickle in for a long time.
You think? I think they've got most of them. How long it takes to count them is a great fair question.
Somebody who mailed their ballot in a day and a half ago.
I think they're in. Remember the warning?
We were told don't mail your ballot in with the U.S. Postal Service because they're not reliable. So if somebody mailed it in, which they reasonably could have done,
they're not going to get counted.
They may not get in time, which is what I'm saying.
And they were saying that there was like a high 98% if you mailed it before election day, it was going to be collected and counted. What they were worried about was people dropping in mailboxes.
Election day,
missing pickups, missing scheduled pickups
so you don't
in some of the more remote locations.
Yeah.
But that's such an impressive election day turnout in Seattle.
Well, which is interesting because when we were covering election day, all of the numbers were like low turnout, which are still very poor, even with all these day of voters. It's still less than 50% maybe, or maybe just above 50%. There's a lot of people out there who still decided not to vote.
Yeah, far too many.
Interesting to see what happens if those numbers could get pumped up with a lottery system. Whatever, just my idea. But will these remaining votes? You said there's how many votes that still remain to be counted?
Approximately 140,000 votes, and this was confirmed by King County Elections.
Okay, so 140,000 votes in the city of Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage does Katie Wilson need of those votes to change the tide?
Funny you ask. They say 54%. She needs approximately 54% to swing back.
That's not crazy.
It's not unheard of. Because as has been reported and historically true, the later, the closer to the election, the more progressive the return.
Sure.
And so the large late numbers favor the progressive candidate, in this case, Katie Wilson. Although I want to say this. On Election Day, I don't think I saw Katie Wilson anywhere on Election Day. And Mayor Bruce Harrell, he set up a tent in the lobby of KIRO Newsradio. That guy was
he made himself available.
Accessible.
Yeah.
He was in the parking lot when I got here. He was here when I left. I mean,
really?
Seriously, he was. His car. Well, he wasn't here when I left. I'm being a little dramatic.
What's cool is he recognizes that we have a large audience, and that he's able to speak to people
and he
directly.
Answered tough questions, not just with us, but with Seattle Red. He gave Jason Rance a ton of time, and I know that Jason had
maybe that worked.
Maybe it worked. And his
Katie
message,
Wilson just off eating her husband's bread.
Well, they were packing.
They
were packing for the mayor's mansion or wherever they put the mayor. I'm sure. Does the mayor have a residence in Seattle?
I think it's a condo. I think the mayor gets a condo in Seattle.
Probably with a view, right? You would hope.
He gets a 2-bedroom reduced rent apartment.
We'll walk up. No elevator.
No view.
No view. No
view.
No view. No elevator.
Yeah.
I know the governor. Oftentimes, there was a governor's mansion.
Sure.
Right? And I'm not sure what level of elected leadership.
I like to think that we're not giving the mayor of Seattle a mansion. Let's not do
a mansion.
That. They don't need a mansion. No. I actually,
and
I don't want to sound crazy here.
Yeah.
I don't think they need free public housing.
I was about to say something opposite, but let me tell you what I think. I think they should have an apartment with a view of the worst of the city. They should have a room in City Hall.
Improve this
with a view of a homeless encampment right at your front door.
Really solid idea.
Right?
Yeah. I don't like giving away free things, but if it's forcing them to see the direct result of their bad policies.
Okay, here's your actions in play right here.
Sense.
Here's the result of your policies.
I love it.
Right?
That's great. In Katie Wilson's case, she may not even have to move. She just stay where she's at.
So we'll have another.
All she does is complain about.
We'll have another vote dump today at like around 4, about the same time, by 4 o'clock today. Another.
I think we're supposed to have another
update.
Yeah. And I don't know how long these are going to take.
Right.
Is it just going to be weeks and weeks as these slowly trickle in?
Well, as you said yesterday, they've got till the 25th to certify.
21st.
25th.
I'm sorry. 25th. You're right. 25th. 21 days.
3 weeks from to certify. And they're all postmarked. They're all in. I'm assuming they've all been collected. At least they're postmarked somewhere.
At least they're on their way.
So yesterday, what was the total you gave me when we opened? You had some vote totals.
Yesterday, he had, when we started the show, I believe he had like a 50.
What was the vote total? Because there's an updated vote total.
Okay, let's call it. I'd have to dip into yesterday's vote.
Oh, sorry. You led with the number when he came in.
Oh, what's the vote total currently?
Yeah. What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got?
We have 62,000
for mayor. So today it's 70, almost 74.
Okay.
The latest update I'm seeing, you can find it on My Northwest. The latest vote total
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's about 25,000 votes counted yesterday. From the increase from the Tuesday total to the Wednesday total that we're representing this morning.
Jeez,
so at that rate,
140,000 left.
Right,
if a week and a half.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to do the quick math in my head. That's 5, 6, 7 days. Yeah. If they're still working at 25,000 a day,
that's a business day. They're not doing that on a weekend.
No, come on, right?
Yeah, you can't do it on a weekend.
Huskies are playing Wisconsin this weekend. They can't be.
What's going to be interesting is if these late votes show the same thing that they did in New York. Like Mamdani activated people. Young people who typically don't vote. I saw this result, which was interesting. For the first time in New York since 1969, you have a candidate who surpassed 1 million votes. And that was Mamdani.
Yeah. The highest mayoral vote total in 50 years, I heard.
So,
highest turnout?
I don't know the math, but that sounds right.
Yeah.
1969 is that number.
Yeah.
So he got, let's see here, he got 50.4% of the vote. Over 1 million votes. Cuomo was second with 41.6, 854,000, and then down the list.
Sliwa,
who might have, then you add those two numbers up, and they're looking real close.
Yeah,
If all of Sliwa's voters would have even voted for Cuomo, which they may not have, who knows? I think, it looks like Mamdani statistically still would have won.
Every critique I saw in the post-election analysis said every vote for Sliwa, and even going in, a vote for Sliwa is essentially a vote for Mamdani.
It's always the case. There's always there's always a third wheel.
You don't remember Ross Perot?
I remember Ross Perot.
Oh, God, wow!
Can I get a minute?
Yeah, you were aware early.
Can I something? I know him from SNL. I know him from Dana Carvey.
Okay, I remember through the election.
Yeah, no, I don't know him. I know
the
him
last
through Dana
viable
Carvey's.
third-party candidate. First, there was Ralph Nader, I think, who had a hand in an election, swung an election as a third-party split-the-vote type candidate. Perot was the last one I remember doing that.
Wasn't Perot? Didn't he have an interesting situation where he actually had a real shot? What happened? Why did he not find success?
My memories. Because he split the conservative electorate. He split the conservative electorate, allowing Bill Clinton to win the vote.
Yeah.
And if you add again, much like what happened in New York, if you add Perot's to George W. Bush, who was the incumbent, or H.W. the incumbent at the time.
Yeah.
With Perot's totals out in Bush's totals, Bill Clinton doesn't become president.
Interesting.
And that's what a lot of people thinking may have happened in New York last night, and they're going to get the experiment that they voted for.
We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. He said something. It is interesting. He did say something in the victory speech that caught my ear, and I was like, whoa. And you heard
caught my ear, and I went, hey.
And you went, hey, this is kind of nice. So we'll actually have a little discussion about that
I'm
a
looking
little bit later.
to that.
It'll be good. Yep. Here's something that is not good and that people are not happy about. The FAA has announced, this is SeaTac, but this is at the top 40 national airports in the country. They have made an announcement they're going to be reducing air traffic, cutting air traffic by 10%. Mm-hmm. And the reason they say they're doing this is FAA Administrator Sean Duffy says that this was a decision based on data. He says we're not going to wait for a safety problem to truly manifest itself when the early indicators are telling us that we can take action today to prevent things from deteriorating. You're seeing a lot of people getting sick.
Blue flu.
Well, they're not getting paid.
Right. They've been, and not since October 1st have they been getting paid.
Yeah, that's a bad.
There are
situation.
air traffic controllers who have been forced to take side jobs. They're doing side hustles to make because they've got
bunch
rent
of loans. People are taking out.
Right. They've got bills to pay. They've got gas to pay, childcare to pay for. And it's probably one of the most stressful occupations on the face of the earth.
If things are running great
in the best of circumstances,
it already sucks.
Right.
Because you have everybody breathing down your neck. Everybody's anxious about flying, even though statistically it's the safest way to travel, which they keep saying, but I have a really tough time believing.
If every auto driver was scrutinized and held accountable and required to be proficient to the level of airplane pilots,
it would be safest roads in the world.
Safest roads in the world.
I heard a stat the other day that was an unbelievable stat, but you hear the one that always says you have a more likely chance of getting struck by lightning than you do about dying in an air crash.
Right.
The other one that said that apparently is true is you have a greater likelihood of being killed by a donkey than you do of dying in a plane crash.
I don't mean to laugh because it's a horrible way to go.
It's kind of meant to warm you up. That's what I would say if I had an airline.
Yeah.
They always do the here's how you buckle in case you don't know how to use a seatbelt. I would say that. I would say, hey,
this plane. If I were to walk a donkey down the aisle of this airplane, which we used to do,
in one of those puffy
back
Halloween
in the 50s,
it's you have more likelihood of dying from a donkey.
And that's just because
you're well, great. Now you brought one on the plane.
I really screwed
I'm doubling
up my chances. Oh, have you ever been on a plane that got struck by lightning? By the way, sidebar.
Yes.
Have you really?
Did I tell you the story?
No.
Oh.
I've heard about it. I've never experienced
it. I was in the news.
You're kidding.
In LA. I was flying back from LA. I was down there for work.
You and your band coming back from a show?
Me and the band coming back from a show. No, I was down there for just the day, and I hate flying. I was down there from 6 a.m. until I think the flight out was 7 p.m.
Okay.
And LA had a unseasonably crazy rain wet. They just don't get a ton of rain. They were getting a lot of rain and thunderstorms and all that stuff, just dumping on them.
Summer storm, right?
I don't remember what time of year it was.
It doesn't matter.
But whatever. And so I hate flying. I've always hated flying. I always try to liquor up.
My wife's the same. My wife's the same.
Yeah.
With the hate. She may be liquoring up. I don't know. I don't ask.
I
don't sit with my wife when we travel.
The more I do it, when I'm doing it a lot, I get more used to it.
Sure.
Just like driving a car.
Yeah.
But I still don't like it.
So you're flying home from LA.
So I'm flying home from LA. We get on the plane, and we first were delayed an hour because they have these thunderstorms, and they're we just don't want to fly into them. It's dangerous.
Yeah. I appreciate the caution.
Yeah, it's great. Although that also is not fun because now you're just anticipating and waiting, and the anxiety is just
yeah. More drinks.
Yeah, totally.
They don't serve while you're on the ground though. That's a horrible rule. But
we're not in the plane at this point. They're not even boarding us.
Oh, you're still in the terminal.
We're just in the terminal.
Gotcha.
So there was drinks.
Okay.
And so anyway, I'm just sitting there waiting. They finally get us on the plane. They're all right, great, we got a window. Let's go. So everybody gets on the plane. We do all the stuff, and we take off. And we're about 3 minutes into the ascent, maybe 2 minutes into the ascent. It's we're still pretty low over the ground, and maybe even fat. Maybe
you're climbing. You're being pushed back into your seat by the
all
the ascent.
G-forces.
Yeah.
I'm leaning back. I'm looking up, and just pop the plane. And everybody kind of looks around, and I swear to you, it felt like God slapped the top of the plane twice.
Kidding.
Just the noise, the sheer
the bang. It was a bang.
Concussive feeling of it.
Yeah.
We could all feel it.
Wow.
We all kind of looked at each other, and I looked out the side of window seat. And I looked out the window. I was like, "Is the wheel still on the plane? What's happening?"
Right.
I was nervous.
I don't blame you.
And the plane kind of levels out, and the pilot gets on the over thing, and he goes, "Hey, folks, we're having a little bit of problem here. It looks like that actually was a lightning strike. We got a couple of them that we just felt." The electronics, it messed with the electronics.
Sure. Yeah, good.
And so
good, but
not good.
I think I know where you're going. Which
so
is
they landed the plane.
Yes.
They flew us back down. They landed us.
Wow.
And then there was a news story about it the next day because apparently it doesn't happen. I thought planes got hit by a lot more lightning.
I thought that it's pretty rare. They're all built to survive.
Yeah,
a lightning strike, and you did
fine.
Because they went back and put you on a different plane.
I'll tell you what, though. No, yes, different plane.
Different plane. Okay, yeah, because they got to make a thorough check.
Well, we had to wait 3 hours. It was so good.
More drinks.
Let me tell you what, though. If there was a donkey on that plane,
you might not be here today.
I may not be here today. So Thank God.
I know we're out of time. I'm glad they're limiting flights. I'm glad they're reducing flights. It's a
keep it
major
safe.
inconvenience, but
Yeah.
let's keep it safe.
Keep it
Err on the
safe.
side of caution.
Good for you. All right, a lot more coming up. Stick around. We will be right back.
Your favorite Seahawks gear? Check. Face paint? Check. The Mike McDonald preview on KIRO News Radio? Check.
We want to win the game.
Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald joins the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel, in the final interview before every Seahawks game. Friday mornings, the Mike McDonald preview, only on Seattle's Morning News.
I'm really proud of the work that we've done. I'm proud of the guys' spirit.
This is where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Well, folks, the rainy season is with us, and it's time to protect your home now with the help of the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and restoration, they have skilled teams that deliver exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction just speaks for itself. Go on their website, look at the reviews. Business of the year, year after year after year. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Call 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF, or visit integrityrc.com.
Hey, it's John Curley with some great news. If your home's heating or cooling is uneven, noisy, or expensive, listen up. The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump System from Home Comfort Alliance is changing the game. It gives you room-by-room control and next-gen efficiency, so you're only heating where you need it. That means real comfort and real savings, and every quilt system qualifies for max tax credits. Trusted for 50 years. Call the comfort people today at homecomfortalliance.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope, included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Open enrollment for Medicare is underway. Are you ready? Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man here. Get organized now with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit from the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Order your free copy today at insurance.wa.gov.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the lasted from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Dashcam video of the moment a UPS cargo plane crashes into Louisville. You can hear the flames after the driver reacts. CBS's Tom Hansen is talking with investigators.
According to preliminary information released by the NTSB, the area around the left wing of the 34-year-old aircraft was enveloped by fire during its takeoff roll Tuesday. The agency says CCTV footage from the airport then shows the left engine detaching from the wing.
12 people confirmed dead, 9 are missing. At the request of the Justice Department, a federal judge today dismissed the criminal case against Boeing over 2 deadly 737 MAX crashes 7 years ago. Families of many of the 346 victims called the DOJ's decision a betrayal. Attorney Mark Lindquist represented several of those families in civil cases.
Many of the families are concerned that because Boeing was not held accountable in the criminal case, then Boeing isn't going to make the necessary changes to quality control.
Boeing has insisted it is making the necessary changes to improve quality and safety. The Federal Aviation Administration is reducing flight capacity at 40 of the nation's biggest airports, including SeaTac, because of the government shutdown. This traveler tells KIRO 7 TV.
I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens. You know, I thank the TSA and I thank everybody else, air traffic control, for doing what they're doing, even though they're not getting paid.
Check with your airlines for possible delays or cancellations heading into the weekend. With federal SNAP food benefits still on hold because of the shutdown, there's been a second pop-up food bank at the Tacoma Dome. KIRO 7 TV's Renji Sinha was there.
Andrea Blue is running this food giveaway. She knows the need is dire and people are hungry and desperate.
It's been very difficult to see people desperate in crisis and not knowing when their next meal is going to come.
It's helping people like Cheyenne Carnegie, who got here before 7 a.m.
Food is getting so expensive, and now with food stamps being cut off due to the government shutdown, everybody is hurting.
More than 900,000 Washington residents rely on SNAP. The latest election results show Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell widening his lead over Katie Wilson slightly with 54% of the vote. The next ballot tally will be released this afternoon. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 279 points, NASDAQ off 350. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. DR Horton has our update. Standing water, a real threat throughout the afternoon across the region. You never want to drive through that standing water if you have a choice. If you must, drive slow down as much as you can to avoid hydroplaning. In Canyon Park, South 405 at 522, we've got a stall in the right lane. You're backed up to the State Route 527, Linwood to Bellevue. You're in about a 5-minute delay. Linwood to Seattle, 25 minutes. It's slow from Northgate in the downtown. North 5 slows at the north end of Boeing Field in the downtown. Northbound 405, we're improving in the south end, but still heavy from State Route 167 up to the VMAC. It's a half hour from Renton to Bellevue. That's a 15-minute delay. Coming the other way, Bellevue to Renton's at 20 minutes with scattered slowing between Factoria and Renton. And the rest of this commute looking pretty good. Move-in ready homes from DR Horton, America's builder across Puget Sound and Central Washington. Find yours at drhorton.com, an equal housing opportunity builder. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain today with highs in the upper 50s. It's 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Spike, I'm looking at our camera right now. We got some new cameras in here.
Great.
Look at me. Wow. Good golly.
Wow. Look at me.
They're going to work on these. They're going to work. So we're getting a lot of comments. People are commenting.
Yeah.
Don't worry, folks. We don't normally look this dead.
Does Trump sell a bronzer? Because I could really use some color.
I could find some for you.
Could you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can find some for you.
Look at that.
You don't look bad.
I'm haunting the studio.
Yeah, we do. But we both look so ghoulish. Wow. Did you see Nate just a second ago on his traffic report?
Yeah.
It's like he's in a cave.
I thought I was watching Lord of the Rings.
Literally in front of a window, and it looks like he looks like a troll in there. In a nice way, like a nice looking.
And if you aren't enjoying the YouTube channel, shame on you.
You should be. Yeah, get on over there and check it out.
Don't take our word for it. We look horrible. See for yourself. Download the KIRO Newsradio app.
Check it out, KIRO Radio app.
Don't do it while you're driving.
Watch
You
it.
can wreck your car.
Did you see all these? Can we talk about housing for a second? I'm
Sure,
fascinated
sure.
by real estate. It's interesting to watch. The interest rates are finally coming down. Right now, there is, according to the latest interest rates, there is another drop that happened, and the interest rates are now finally down to 6.17%.
Okay.
The lowest since October of 24.
Okay.
So that a year ago, just about. They're still way higher than they were right immediately post-pandemic when people were getting unbelievable deals.
It fell below 3 for some folks, right?
Fell below 3. My wife and I there is just sometimes in life where you just get stupid lucky when you're buying a house.
Isn't that great? That's living a good life. That's karma?
Sometimes
you believe in karma?
Call it whatever it is. I'll take it.
Yeah,
But it's just
I hear you. Never look the gift mortgage right in the mouth.
We were one of those people who just happened to be buying at a time when the interest rates were historically low. I didn't appreciate at the time how low they were until they started climbing again. And now you're seeing something that's happening called basically a freeze in the housing market. It's just a housing freeze. Even though the rates are still dropping slightly, they didn't for a long time, but they are slightly going down. People are not willing to sell their homes and get out of a very favorable between 3 and 4% interest rate and jump into a 6%. Almost basically,
why would you do that?
Doubling your monthly payment. And so what's happening is you have all of these folks who are just unwilling to sell their house. They're just like frozen in their houses. Doesn't mean that they're unhappy in their houses, but they probably would have moved. And many times you're seeking more space. In some cases, I know you and I were talking about this before the show. It's about less space.
Melissa, the truly unpleasant Mrs. O'Neill, has been asking to downsize.
Because you had a big house, you raised your family in that house, but you guys are empty nesters now.
We are, but the youngest is in college and about to graduate, which means I probably have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more years of them living at home in the basement of our house, which is fine.
Yeah, but you could do that in a smaller house. It's a very valuable house.
But to your point about being frozen, though, we'd love to downsize because the maintenance we have a 3,800 square foot home.
Yeah, it's a lot of space.
The maintenance is a lot. It's a lot of things to keep, clean up. Yard. I mean, every time
Probably
the wind blows,
got a good-sized yard.
Got a pretty. No, we actually have a pretty small yard. Our footprint isn't very big.
Okay,
but we have massive tree coverage surrounding our home and on our lot. I mean, this last windstorm weekend when the cyclone came through, whatever, the atmospheric river.
Yeah,
I pulled a half a tree off the street and off the yard and had to bag it up and put it out for the yard waste guys.
There you go.
It's just a lot of maintenance, and we'd love to downsize, but we're locked in at pretty great interest rate for our home. We've been there almost 20 years, a little over 20 years now.
And the prospect of spending way more for less house doesn't feel super appealing.
A lateral move to live, not save money, but live in a smaller place. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Especially when and the market has, like you said, it's frozen.
Well, and they're not, and it's the lowest that it's been as far as like homes available on the market nationally. It's the lowest it's been in 30 years. So right now, only 28 out of every 1,000 homes.
Wow.
Is for sale. And that's very, very low. In Seattle, it's even lower than that. In Seattle, it's 20 out of every 1,000 homes.
2% of availability, right?
Something like that. Yeah. So it just makes it really tough for especially, people who are interested in buying a house. If there's nothing on the market, then the prices stay kind of artificially high.
Renters who want to get into make an investment in their future, start a family.
Yeah.
My kids.
It's this weird game of chicken where you're sitting there waiting for the interest rates to drop. Maybe you have... it favors people who already own homes because you have equity that you can use to buy another house.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But the prices of homes, because the inventory is so low, the prices of homes are kind of artificially high right now.
Yeah.
So you have these things that are working against each other. And then if you were to jump into a house and make that leap and say, like, you know what, I can refi in a year, whatever it is, maybe I get an interest rate that's not so great, but I'm going to refi in 2 years when it drops down, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But your house, if your house value then starts dropping down because inventory skyrockets,
yeah,
now you're underwater.
Right, and you can't get refied.
And they're not going to refi if you're underwater.
Right.
So it's just this weird thing that's happening. And how do you fix that problem? Really, the only way to fix that problem is more inventory.
Yeah.
And you just have to make it easier for people to build houses.
And that's been a campaign issue, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Affordable housing. Do we build more? Do we lift restrictions? Do we lift regulations?
It has
Do
to
we
be
make it easier
regulations.
to build?
It's got to be.
You brought me around on that because I was very, protect the neighborhood elements of our city.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we bought our first home, Melissa and I bought our first home on Lower Queen Anne. We got in, 30 years ago. We bought a couple years ago. We bought our first home, right? And then the city at the time, I think it was Nichols was the mayor then.
Sure.
Said we need development, need high density multifamily. Our entire neighborhood's identity was completely transformed with accessory dwellings and multifamily, high density growth and development. And so I was against that. I was against every time in my current neighborhood up in Shoreline area, when one house goes down, 5-6 houses land on that lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I saw the same thing in Green Lake. We lived in Green Lake, and there was
that was the epicenter of it.
There was this old farm style looking house that had been there for like 100 years.
Probably Orchard when they started, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably used to have a view of the lake, but now there was like 4 blocks between it and the lake.
Right.
And they knocked that house down, and they replaced it with 14.
Yeah.
Very tall. Like I could probably go inside that house and I could touch both walls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that the league.
Is that a McMansion? Is that what they call it? Those when
no,
the
those
houses...
weren't McMansions. Those were just townhomes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
McMansion when you build like property line to property line.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
When you, my Lower Queen Anne home, not to belabor the point, but you could build on the alley behind our homes, and every street on that slice of west slope of Queen Anne built on the alley, and the houses were so close together, fire trucks couldn't come down the alley, right? Fire trucks, the accessibility wasn't there, so they had to build the houses with enough room between them for a fire crew to come through. That was part of the building code. That's how tightly they were packed in.
That's tight.
Yeah, my point being, I was so against this. But now it's the only way people are going to be able to live.
Well, you also have to speed up. I mean, the regulation, you got to make it easier for people to build.
Yes.
You've got to make
agreed.
it faster for people to build. The amount of time that it takes, an investment, if somebody wants to make an investment in a property in Seattle, the hoops that they have to jump through,
right.
It's very prohibitive. They're just not doing it.
You need a one-stop permitting department. We always are bemoaning the excessive bureaucracy.
I talked to a guy because I was looking at having a deck built recently, and I talked to a guy who was telling me, he was lamenting. He goes, "Yeah, I don't do it." He asked if I lived in Seattle. I said no, and he goes, "Good. We don't like to do jobs in Seattle because they do all the permitting and everything."
Process is nuts.
And he goes, "I just recently worked on a project there for a client, and we waited 18 months to have that deck built."
What?
They're ready to go on day one, but they had 18 months of regulations and checks and all this stuff to jump through. That stops people from improving their homes.
There goes your business model.
There it goes.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, crazy stuff. And the median age for buying a home now it's in the United States is 40. First-time home buyers, the median age is 40.
Wow.
In 1981, the median age for first-time home buyers was 29. That's a problem. That's a problem they need to fix fast. Very fast. Or otherwise you're going to keep electing people like Zoran Mamdani.
Okay.
That's true. What did he run on?
Affordable housing.
Affordable housing.
Yep.
Free rent. We're gonna take care of all your problems. So what are all these young people not happy with right now? They want houses.
They want their problem solved. Yeah.
Can he fix it? No, but it sounds nice. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO Newsradio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio. on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home, better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster, at a higher price, and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com, sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
What's your holiday tradition? For most, it's gathering with a joyful meal. Unfortunately, for many families, that tradition feels out of reach. To help, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors the next time you're at Safeway checkout or visit nourishingneighbors.com.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things have changed and some things haven't. Using those lanes without a good-to-go account means you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. You'll always pay the lowest toll rate with good-to-go. No change. Carpoolers now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Does a good-to-go pass still save you $2 on every toll? Definitely not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is a weird story. I saw this. I wasn't quite sure what to make of this. Seattle Red had the story, seattlered.com. Check it out there. Did you know that Brian Kohberger, that guy who viciously murdered those 4 college students in Idaho, people are sending him money in jail. He's in prison, and they're sending him money. And this has raised kind of an interesting thing now because he's had at least, we don't know exactly how much, but according to the Spokesman Review, the paper out there in Spokane, he has had at least $10,000 in donation while he's been locked up, just awaiting trial. Now, I don't know if those people thought that the money would go toward paying his public defenders, which obviously he doesn't need.
Right.
Now the question is, what happens with that money? You know, when you're in prison, you'll have an account.
I've heard.
You can't have money put into an account.
Yeah. Because part of the prison system is that you have a commissary where prisoners can purchase
so you can buy things
items
like,
that you need.
Yeah, like whatever you're buying in prison. I don't know, like Beanie Babies or whatever they say. And
I think toothbrushes, cigarettes, gum,
that makes more
things
sense.
like that.
That makes more
Who
sense.
knows? I mean, whatever makes your cell more pleasant.
Yeah, whatever.
Right?
Yeah, it's your space.
Sure.
Explore it.
Yeah.
Like, don't explore it too much, but explore your space. But now prosecutors want him to reimburse the families of his victims for funeral expenses.
Well, it's not, they don't want him to. Part of his plea agreement that he would avoid the death penalty, he received 4 life sentences. And part of that agreement, that plea agreement, was that he would pay restitutions to the families of his 4 victims. And it's the number is what, $29,000, I think, in restitutions was ordered by the court. Plus, I think they're asking for an additional $3,000 to cover funeral expenses for the victims.
Specifically Ernst, which is really sad when you get into the minutia of like what they're asking for the money for. And the families are not sitting there like not doing these things. They've already done them.
They're coping as best they can with the most horrific of situations.
And I would imagine, I can't speak for the families, obviously, but anything coming from him would feel like they probably would like try to donate to. I don't know that they would do this, but
who knows?
Who knows what they would do with the money?
Right.
Yeah,
but the point is,
who knows what they would do with the money?
There's 2 things here that just flip me out. I can't get my brain around this. First off, that people are sending him money in prison.
Ugh.
Right, and I get it.
What kind of a person
I don't know.
do that? Think about that.
Who knows?
Just like back up, try to fly through a computer screen, wherever they're doing, like seeing his story, and come out the other side. What does their life look like? That they reach into their purse. I assume it's women. I can't imagine that it's men doing this, but I assume it's like these weird jailhouse brides.
Yeah.
Who make a weird connection with this guy, and then they want to curry favor with him for some reason,
maybe make his life a little easier,
make a connection or ease his pain or whatever they're trying to do. They've identified with him in some way. Now they're sending him money.
Yeah,
who would do that?
Well, we don't know. A couple things from the Spokane Review story was helpful, but I've got more questions. You know, it says at least $10,000. Does that mean that that's the threshold he has to report, or that they have to keep track of it? What is it?
Yeah,
how many
question.
people are doing this? Well, you will never know why. Do they think they can fix him? Do they think that maybe he just never had somebody show him that who knows why? But But the thing that really gets my goat is that he's been ordered to pay this restitution to the families. His lawyers are arguing that he can't afford to pay it
because of poverty.
And that these funds that have been donated to him shouldn't be sent on to the families to cover that restitution.
So he can use it to buy things.
So he can make
commissary.
Gum, mints, whatever.
Beanie Babies.
Whatever
it is. What a strange development of an awful story. that people are sending him money.
But
it happens.
It does happen.
These guys get married in prison.
They do.
That's another thing. Like you watch that. I watched those Menendez brothers story, who both are in prison for murdering their parents.
Right.
They've both been married like multiple times.
Ladies love a fixer-upper. Is there a bigger fixer-upper than this monster?
No, there's
right?
not. I don't think so.
Who knows what drives people to make that connection, to make the donation?
Yeah.
But more and more so, let's make sure the families get.
Yeah, it should go to the families.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times the Menendez brothers have been married, just so you know. So I'm not wanting to state something that's untrue.
And we don't know.
I believe they're both married. Not to each
some
other,
of them may have been while the other inmates. Who knows?
All right, we got to go. We'll be back.
Looking for even more Seahawks content? Then you gotta check out The Reset. Hey, it's G. Scott, and every week, me and my co-host and Seahawks great Brandon Mebane talk Seahawks. We break down the matchups, and we're joined by former Seahawks players.
From Lakewood to Lombardi, Seahawks champion, my main man, Jermaine Kearse.
What up, G?
Watch The Reset live on YouTube or subscribe on the Seattle Sports app.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Time is running out to save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. Now through the end of the month, save big on home comfort systems, generators, water heaters, and more. Plus, take advantage of 12-month interest-free financing and get your home winter ready before the chilly season starts. Trust the team voted best in the Pacific Northwest to be your dedicated home comfort company. Call Bob's today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Announcing the Royal Corgis.
What have you done?
I wired pounds to London to buy Royal Corgis.
You went to the bank to wire money for Royal Corgis?
That means yes.
You are so dumb. Banks are slow and they hide all kinds of fees and transfers.
Those mutts.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. It's faster and never hides fees. Oh, they're fighting, just like the real royal family.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Stacey Lynn. Day 37 of the government shutdown, and all across the country, people are feeling the pinch. Elizabeth McCarthy's with the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, which organized a distribution site today to help.
We're definitely not political, and we don't believe this should be a political issue. That children are hungry, we should feed them no matter which party you're in.
Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey.
Whatever you can do from wherever you are, whether that's to give cash, whether it's to give comfort, whether it's to give your time. We need all of it.
Because of shutdown staffing shortages, the FAA says it's planning to cut thousands of flights in 40 major markets. Senator Chris Coons.
My impression is this is another attempt at putting pressure on Congress to reopen the government.
Reporter Marla Diamond is at LaGuardia in New York.
Eric Rowland from Brooklyn was headed to Dallas.
It's ridiculous. The government needs to get back going. There's too many people out of work.
The holiday decorations are already up here in Terminal B, where Lauren Levy worried about what a prolonged shutdown would mean for her holiday travel.
Going to Texas for Thanksgiving. I'm hoping to go to visit my sister in Thanksgiving, so we're just crossing our fingers.
The D.C. sandwich guy was found not guilty today for hurling a sub at a federal agent. Sean Dunn told reporters,
I am so happy that justice prevails.
The video went viral, making him a symbol of resistance to the deployment of federal agents in the nation's capital. Former Virginia teacher Abby Zwerner was awarded $10 million after a first-grade student shot her. Legal analyst Lori Levinson says the message
that the administrators have to pay close attention to the children, that they might have weapons, and if something's amiss, they have to take it very seriously.
An update on the investigation into the deadly UPS cargo plane crash. NTSB's Ton Inman is in Louisville.
UPS has told us at this time there were no maintenance work done on the aircraft in question immediately prior to the flight that would delay it in any way, shape, or form.
At least 12 people were killed, 9 are still missing. The Supreme Court's being asked to rule on the legality of the president's tariffs. CBS's Linda Kenyon at the White House.
President Trump is hoping the nation's highest court does not rule against the foundation of his economic policy.
I think it's one of the most important cases in the history of our country.
If the Supreme Court strikes down those tariffs,
I think it would be devastating for our country, but I also think that we'll have to develop a Game 2 plan.
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Deadly weather, the story coming up, but first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Thank you, Heather. Seattle Sports with our update. Hood Canal Bridge, there are big backups in both directions headed toward the bridge from a recent closure for marine traffic. It's back open now for vehicles. Heading through Canyon Park, South 405, heavy between 527 and 522 from an earlier disabled vehicle, which cleared about 10 minutes ago. Linwood to Bellevue, take you about a half hour. That's a 10-minute delay. Linwood to Seattle is at 25 minutes. You're crowded from Northgate in the downtown. North 5, you're going to slow briefly at the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Both directions of 405 are crowded between Renton and Newcastle. Nothing too heavy, though. However, let's see, northbound 405 at Cold Creek Parkway, they just closed the HOV lane due to standing water. And in Auburn, westbound 18 and Military Road, your left lane is blocked for road maintenance. You're backed up to the Valley Freeway. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. Newly released body cam video shows the moment Seattle police officers confronted a man armed with an axe in the Soto district.
Put down the axe and we won't touch you.
Officers say the man did not comply. They deployed non-lethal weapons. It didn't work. And then...
Hey, he has a gun. Hey, he has a gun.
They opened fire and the man died at the scene last week. A use of force team is investigating. We're learning more about a high-speed deputy pursuit that ended when a motorcycle rider on a stolen bike crashed in Lakewood. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu watched surveillance recordings.
The suspect crashed into a large metal sign, killing him. The footage shows the bike miss a pedestrian who was walking on the crosswalk by just a few feet. He looks around, trying to figure out what just happened. A slew of squad cars immediately follow, and a swarm of officers, some carrying rifles, rush to the crash site.
Straight out of a movie,
The metal sign was ripped apart and twisted.
Deputies say the biker, wanted for domestic violence, died at the scene. His passenger was injured. We're learning that Tuesday night's stormy weather was deadly. A 58-year-old woman from Enumclaw perished when a tree fell onto her car in Pierce County. The Washington State Patrol says she was driving on State Route 410 near Crystal River Ranch when it happened. No one else was in the car. With rainy weather generating a lot of water over the roadways, you're being reminded about this.
It doesn't look that deep, so you decide to drive through it. Bad decision.
Like the public service announcement says, turn around, don't drown, because you really don't know how deep the water is or if there's something dangerous underneath it. Just don't drive through it. One of the key pieces of the Mariners' playoff run is heading to free agency.
Jorge Polanco, Mr. October, a 3-run smash over the wall in right field.
Jorge Polanco declined a $6 million player option. The 32-year-old infielder hit 26 home runs and delivered clutch hits during the postseason. The Mariners may still try to sign him for next year. Free agency opens in 1 hour. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain today with highs in the upper 50s. It's 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of fun ahead. Don't miss a second of it. Also, check us out. We post videos. This is really fun. If we have a moment that we feel like was a good example of the show or something that made us look ridiculous, we're happy to highlight those things, which we do on our, we have an X page. We have a bunch of social media stuff. So you should check those out. The what's our X page called? Jake and Spike Show?
Jake and Spike Show.
Jake and Spike Show.
Jake Spike Show? Let me double check.
Jake and Spike, something like that. Look it up.
Listen for two pale guys. You'll know it's us.
Yes. At Jake Skorheim is on X.
Jake Spike Show.
Jake Spike Show.
Easy.
I also I repost these at Jake Skorheim on X. Good luck spelling the last name. Anyway, it's kind of fun. Laura does a great job at these things. She pulls
The
funny
name
moments.
is Skorheim. Skorheim.
Heim. Yeah.
That's a Mamdani
It doesn't really work as
yeah,
good as
it's not as catchy as the Mamdani.
Nothing is as catchy as Mamdani.
I know, right?
You got to watch out for it.
He's
Might
the
catch
future.
it.
The future of the Democratic Party. That's what they're saying.
Do you believe that?
No.
Okay.
Please. Only New Yorkers think that. Only New Yorkers think
have such an
they think
inflated
they're the
view of
center
themselves.
of the universe.
Also, all the media that covers New York, it's all in New York, so
yeah.
that's all they see. They think New York is the most important thing. But go back and look at all the mayors in New York and see where they're at currently in national politics. I'm hoping that trend continues.
Is it the job that makes them all scandalous, or are they scandalous to get the job?
Is it the type of person that applies for the job?
Right. That's yeah. I mean, because you look at them, it's hard to find a mayor.
I don't think it draws the best of the best.
Interesting.
Which is kind of true for a lot of politics.
Yeah, very true. It's tough to find someone with true benevolent intent who gets into politics just to do good.
And you know
Isn't
what?
that a horrible thing to say?
It's not a horrible thing to say. It's reality. It's reality, Spike.
Yeah. Self-awareness.
I worry about any, and we'll get into this in a second. Mamdani said something in his victory speech that made me worry and made you sit up and go, huh, I like the cut of his jib.
I liked hearing it.
This is a nice thing.
Yeah.
All right, but let's start locally here. It's actually kind of locally, semi-local. I guess it applies locally.
900,000 Washingtonians, I believe.
SNAP payments of 65%, according to Bloomberg. Trump administration said they've done calculations. They had said they were going to only do 50% of SNAP payments for the month of November, but they're now going to do 65% of the payments. Their contingency fund, which was, folks thought it was higher. They thought it was between $5 and $6 billion.
That's what I read.
Only $4.65 billion, according to this.
Okay. And yet they were still able to raise that initial offering from 50 to 65%.
I guess, but that won't last more than about 2 weeks.
Right.
So I don't know how payments go out. Is it a weekly thing? Is it a biweekly thing?
I believe there's a monthly card that is
Is it a monthly card that's recharged
on the first of the month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's all done digitally.
Yeah.
It's not they have to cut and mail out checks. They don't do that anymore. They don't have to mail out books of food stamps.
Yeah, which is
anymore.
what they did back in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're a SNAP recipient, then that's 65% good news, I guess. But everybody's still waiting for the government to open back up. Who knows when that's going to happen? We just talked about this a little bit ago. They're having to literally cut back on airport flights now at the 40 major airports, international airports in the United States.
Yeah, because the air traffic controllers have been unpaid since October. They're starting to see heightened anxiety, heightened stress, heightened call-outs of being sick.
And before something horrible happens, they want to get ahead of it. So I think that's smart.
I respect that. I think it's a smart move too. I'm with you.
Okay, here's speaking of food, we have Thanksgiving coming up, which if I had to rank my list of holidays, very easily could be number one. I love Thanksgiving. I love it. I love Thanksgiving. I love the time of year. I love what it represents.
Yeah.
I love food.
Yeah, me too.
I can't get enough. I mean, I physically can get enough of it, but I do love the idea of it.
On first blush, if you ask me my favorite holidays of the holiday season, Thanksgiving would be third.
Really?
Behind Christmas, then Halloween, and then Thanksgiving.
You would do Thanksgiving after Halloween?
I love Halloween. I love the whole. We talked about it last week. How you're the self-expression. It's the one holiday of the year that you really get to let your freak flag fly or whatever it might be. It's all about you get Halloween's all about
where you
getting.
live. I mean, have you seen some of the people walking down the street? This is an everyday thing here, Spike.
Really,
you can do whatever you want.
I'm with you. You're right.
But I hear what you're saying.
That's
you
what I love about
your
Halloween.
House, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But as I look at this beautiful picture of a turkey, and I hear you talking about the family and the togetherness and the preparation and the smells and the parade, and the football,
the turkey parade,
and the turkey and the leftovers. It's climbing up. It's moved into number
of the holiday. You're literally at the end of that day. You are full on Christmas season.
Yeah,
and there's no shame in it.
No.
Like right now, if you drive around listening to Christmas music, you have a legit problem.
I was going to say concern, but I think it's fair to say problem.
You have a problem.
Are you seeing any Christmas lights yet?
I am.
I saw the first ones in my neighborhood.
And what's the first thing you think of when you see the first guy who puts up Christmas lights?
He's got a problem.
He's got a problem. I was like, what's missing in that person's life that they need to manufacture the joy this early in the season? And I don't want to be too judgy, and that's not the kind of person I am. And normally I just, listen, if you want to decorate your house early, God bless you.
Yeah, let your joy flag fly.
But I do have to question, when is too early too early? It seems early. We weren't even south of Halloween. We weren't even past Halloween, and I saw Christmas lights.
Did you out in the public?
In the public,
not in stores, because I know the stores. Man, the morning after Thanksgiving, or excuse me, the morning after Halloween.
Yeah,
I went to make an early morning grocery run on a Saturday morning, and they were literally taking everything off the Halloween aisles into carts, arms sweeping down the shelf, get it off the shelves, and right behind them was like something out of Dr. Seuss with the 8 hands going up, putting up Thanksgiving and Christmas already. Everywhere in the store.
Totally right. I was recently, and I'm not gonna out this person on the radio, but I will talk about them behind their back. They might be listening, so I hope they're not.
You know who you are.
They have their Christmas tree up already. Pre-Halloween. I was at their house pre-Halloween, and I walk in, and I walk around the corner into their living room.
Yeah.
And I was stopped dead in my tracks, and I had to force myself to not react because I didn't want to be bad company.
They have bats on it at least, or anything? No. Pumpkins, bats, nothing.
Christmas lights.
Wow.
Christmas lights, Spike.
Well,
in October.
Yeah, but you said it earlier. What's missing? What do they need in their life?
That's the thing that was so confusing. I know these people. I know them well. They have everything, Spike. They have everything in life.
Okay.
So why the Christmas tree? Why do you need it?
I felt bad. The truly unpleasant Mrs. O'Neill is taking a little break. She's going down to see her aunt in Arizona. And I was thinking, she'll be gone about a week or so. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, do I put the tree up while she's gone?
No.
Do I have it up like a week before Thanksgiving when she gets home? Because I got a lot of free time in the next 8 days.
You're a bachelor for 8 days?
8 days.
Oh, you poor guy.
I know. It's going to stink.
I say with a wink.
Horrible. When I say stink, I mean I'm going to stink. I'm not going to shower again until then. When she's at the airport coming home, I may jump in the shower.
I wouldn't encourage that. You and I sit about 3 feet apart. 3 hours
enough.
a day. We sit 3 feet apart.
I shop the idea around.
We have one of these stupid acrylic things.
We do.
From COVID time.
Okay, then I won't do that. I won't do that. I also won't
I'm going to put this up.
I also won't
if you're not going to shower for 3 weeks, I'm putting this thing
thought
up.
about it. I thought better. I thought better of the idea.
This has as much scientific use for your smell in 8 days as it did
to
during
prevent
COVID. Yeah, look at this.
We're talking about a sheet of plexiglass between Jake and I.
Look
right
at this.
Now
neither of us are going to get COVID because we've introduced plastic.
You're better off front. What did they use? Remember when they put that stuff in their noses in Silence of the Lambs? That's what you're better off using the next 8 days.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Anyway, I won't be putting the tree up while she's gone. I won't do that.
Would she get upset at you for putting it up while she's out of town?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a ritual, I imagine, with that.
Well, it's not pleasant at my house. The ritual is not pleasant in my house.
That's a shame.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till Thanksgiving weekend, but I do want to get it up early. Last year I waited an extra week before I put it up. Second week of December, and I felt bad. It didn't have enough joy.
That's too late.
Yeah,
that's too late. It's a late Thanksgiving this year too.
Yeah, exactly.
So people should be aware of that.
Yeah.
If you are celebrating Thanksgiving, as most of you should.
Well, if you can, that's to point of this story.
Well, there's a lot of places that have very cheap Thanksgiving meals. I have a list of them right here for you. It's kind of crazy. Amazon saying they're helping customers with a meal. They have a meal that they say can feed 5 people for $25. The entire meal. Entire meal.
Real tomato ketchup, baby?
Yeah. It's virtual.
It's a scratch and sniff picture of a lovely dinner.
It's real, but they say it's $5 a person.
That seems impossible.
That seems impossible to me too. But Amazon does impossible things. They have literally changed the way that we buy everything.
They really have.
It's funny because recently we were talking about the Postal Service, like with elections. They say don't trust it. Like our own government was saying don't trust the Postal Service. Like don't trust us.
Don't trust the 11th hour. Like don't write your note to Santa on the 24th.
Don't mail it on the day because we can't guarantee it's going to get there because we're just slow.
Right.
That's a problem. Amazon's like, listen, we can get it there in 5 seconds. If you gave Amazon the ability to deliver mail, which they don't have, because obviously it's illegal for them to do that.
They were coming anyway. It'd be nice if they did.
Yeah, they're already there. You can't drop this off to the ballot box for me? That's a service, actually. That's a business idea right there. That's a free one to anybody listening.
Pick up your ballot and drop it off?
Well, actually, no, that might be illegal.
That's a harvesting.
That's a harvesting.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's not. Yeah.
But if they could turn it into a business, which they do in many states, then it's a good business. All right, maybe bad idea. I back that up.
They don't all work. It's okay.
All right, here's another one. Amazon, $25 for 5 people. Aldi. What's Aldi?
I don't know.
ALDI?
Aldi. It's a grocery store chain, but we don't have it here.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have it. It's all right.
I don't know. Text in if there's an Aldi near you, but I don't think there's any in Washington. Yeah.
I thought it was like a makeup line or something. Sam's Club.
That's Ulta.
Ulta.
Yeah.
Ulta?
They have a Thanksgiving special, by the way.
ALDA?
Ulta. ULTA.
ULTA.
Oh, that's not even close.
Yeah.
Sam's Club. Do we have Sam's Clubs here?
Yes.
I think we have a Sam's Club.
Well, we used to have one in Aurora which closed down, but we do still have Sam's Clubs. It's a buyer's club much like Costco.
Yeah. Okay, they have a Thanksgiving dinner. They say serves 10 people for under $100.
Not a bad deal.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Target.
Especially if you're going to, what's the biggest Thanksgiving dinner you ever cooked for?
The biggest one I ever cooked for is probably not huge because we've only been doing it ourselves for a few years, probably 10.
Okay, yeah. That's about right. I think I've 16 one year.
16 is a lot.
It is a lot.
That's
two birds. Exactly right.
There you go.
We have an island of misfit kids at Thanksgiving. Because Darby goes to college, and there are a lot of kids who don't go home. A lot of kids who go to Darby school.
I didn't go home for Thanksgiving.
We tell Darby to make sure everybody that they know in their circles, if they're not going home for Thanksgiving, they can come to our house.
Yeah, bring them over.
We love having the kids over. We've had some of the most amazing conversations with kids from all over the country. All over the world. We had some foreign exchange theater students.
What is this holiday where you just stuff your faces?
This is crazy. You guys have this much food, they said. Anyway, it's very cost prohibitive to feed 10.
Yeah.
It can be it's a boatload.
Yeah. It's
a gravy boatload.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, for sure.
So this is great that there's. Where can people find this list of inexpensive Thanksgiving?
Just look it up.
Just Google it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, every major retailer is going to have something.
Some specials going on. They
Target,
realize
you can feed 4 people. Target says for $20, which is actually the same price as Amazon. It's just one less person, but $5 per person. The question I would have about these is quality. Like if quality matters to you, then it's going to be more expensive.
Well, that's a luxury. Quality is sometimes a luxury. People who are living budgets
people,
check to check.
People say
your SNAP benefits are 65% of what you're expecting the month of November.
Well, that's true. Yeah. All that is, but the majority of people listening probably are planning on buying their meals.
Agreed.
And Walmart, 10 people, $4 a person, so $40 for 10 people. That's a lot of folks.
That's a lot of folks.
I don't even know if that's possible.
40 for 10 people.
40 for 10 people.
Well, the more is you buy in bulk, as Walmart will tell you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's easier to feed 10 people for 40 than 4 people for 20.
Yeah, that's a lot. But that's a lot of folks. That's a lot of folks for 10 people. I don't know how you do that. Do you guys ever get the pre-made meals?
We did last year. First time in my life we did last year, because last year we went to I keep mentioning the family in Arizona. Last year my wife and her family figured this might be the last we have everybody everybody.
Yeah.
And we lost 2 since last Thanksgiving.
Jeez.
2 of the elders in our family. So it was a lot. I mean, you had to fly down to Arizona. We bought from one of the major restaurant chains in Arizona in the Phoenix area.
Oh, I thought you brought the turkey with you.
You
make it ahead of time.
It was cheaper to buy at a ticket, just like that Yoda.
Smart.
If you missed that story yesterday, look at the podcast yesterday. It was funny with the end of the show.
So you just bought it pre-made down there?
Pre-made, and it wasn't from an Amazon or a Walmart or a Target, which I'm sure do fine work. It was from a restaurant with a pretty good reputation.
Yeah.
And we had to buy double because we had so many people in this rental house.
Do you remember what it cost you by chance? Are you comfortable sharing?
Sure. It was $110 each and they each fed 6, and we bought 2.
Oh, that's a good price.
It wasn't bad. 2 full birds, full 3 sides, pies.
That's really good price.
It was pretty good. And these people who this restaurant, they churned it out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a line of people waiting to go and pick up their orders, and they bring it to you. You know, the big cardboard boxes.
Sure.
You know, you walk in, you give them your name, they look down the list. When we had to schedule a pickup time, which hour we'd be there to pick it up. That's how many people were doing this.
We've done this for a few years now.
Okay.
We have. Sometimes it's easier just to have it made.
Well, yeah. When you've got.
But you do lose a lot of the experience. And what I do worry about, well, it's easier for my wife and I because you're not sitting there, doing all this stuff, basting for 5 hours.
Yeah.
What are you even doing with your life? Just basting. At a certain point, you're just like pasting this bird, and you're just like, why am I doing this?
Right.
But what I'm not getting when I have it made for me is my kids are not having the experience that I had growing up. My parents
screamed at when you walk in the kitchen.
Yeah, get out of the kitchen. What are you doing? We're baking here. This is Thanksgiving.
Go watch
Get out of here. Yeah, go watch TV. I'm basting. So my kids are not getting that warm experience, and that's a core memory I want them to have.
It is for me. It was for me growing up. It was for my kids growing up in our house. It really is.
The smells.
Yeah.
The smells.
I start baking at 4 a.m, man.
Sweat and anger from the kitchen.
Getting the bird right.
Yeah.
You got to start the bird the day ahead of time. You got to soak it.
The salt,
the brine. Yes.
You got to do all of it. And I grew up with all of that, and I want my kids to have that same experience so that someday they can also feel guilty when they order from a restaurant.
Right. Last year, I mean, literally, this thing is vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
This fully cooked turkey. That all I got to do is you cut the plastic off of it, put it in the oven to heat it up.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know, and you brown it. That's where it browns. You know.
We used to, so you feel like you're doing something.
Something, yeah. But
we used to do a thing on Dory's show when I was producer for him. We used to do this turkey fry every year. And for charity.
Okay, really?
And so we would. There was a guy who used to come in, and I'm blanking on his name. Why can't he was a local politician? Why can't I remember his name?
Dow something.
John something. John something. Somebody will text me.
Curly? He ran for council.
No. Nice guy.
It's a nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
Oh man, that was telling.
But he would. fry these turkeys in this big vat of oil back on the thing. And
My
then Dory
brother's
would go
a fan of the fried turkey, the deep fried turkey.
Yeah, but then we would sell it. Like audience members, they would bid for it.
Right.
And so
Proceeds
highest
going to
bidder,
charity,
and
right?
it was fantastic. We'd sell some of these things for like $700-800.
Great. That's beautiful.
And they were delicious.
Oh, yeah.
And then they would make them here, and they would make one for us here. So we'd get to eat it during the show.
Let's look into that. Let's look into
that. Would be a lot
that.
of fun, actually.
It
right?
would
That would be a lot of fun. Somebody's going to text me and let me know who that person is. All right, we got a lot more coming up. John Lovitz. That's right, John Lovitz. That's not it.
The actor? No,
that's not it.
He lied about how big the turkey was.
Lovick.
Look
Okay,
that up.
John Lovick? Is it John Lovick?
Levesque?
Look that up. Lubbock. John Lubbock?
Okay. I love the vast.
People are texting me. Thank you for the
vast
texting.
unpaid research department we have at our fingertips is unbelievable.
Laura, who is it? Is it John Lubbock?
I think it's Lubbock.
Lubbock, yeah. Okay. Yeah, John Lubbock. Fried turkeys, John Lubbock. That's right.
That was the fry guy?
He was a fry guy. He was fantastic. Great for charity. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to talk Seahawks next with Mike Lefko. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Seattle's morning news.
Hi, I'm Charlie Harder.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
Will there be a clear frontrunner in the race for Seattle mayor?
We'll break down the latest batch of numbers.
A local nonprofit scrambles to meet the need.
We chat with the CEO of Lifelong about the cut to SNAP benefits.
It'll be Friday. Paul Holden has your weekend planner.
Woohoo, and Sully has traffic every 10 minutes.
So join us tomorrow, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro. On them, it's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate Pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
A 24 monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data protecting caregivers that we all depend on. and how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Thank you, Dr. Wagner. I have a really bad left hip. In fact, this other doctor's like, well, you're going to have to get a hip replacement. I was like, oh, my God. He goes, how old are you? I told him, well, you're going to have to wait a couple of years because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to both go to heaven together. I was like, well, in the meantime, well, try stretching, aspirin. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm in pain. I can't sleep. I could barely walk. I'd get off a plane and I'm like struggling to even make it down the ramp. I go to see Dr. Wagner. He explains to me how the stem cell procedure works. It's 90 minutes, and I'm telling you right now, I love it. So rather than surgery, make an appointment to see Dr. Wagner. It could be the game changer for you, like it's been for a whole bunch of other people as well. So whether it's your hip or your wrist or your shoulder, your knee, check out Dr. Mark Wagner. I'm telling you right now, stem cell procedure could be the answer for you, as it's been for me. You want to find out more? drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Carpoolers using the SR-167 Express toll lanes now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Having Good to Go always costs less than pay by mail. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. No criminal charges for Boeing over 2 crashes that killed 346 people. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun reports a Texas judge today gave the government the green light to dismiss that case.
Instead of facing trial, Boeing will pay $1.1 billion in fines, compensation to victims' families, and safety improvements. Families of some of the victims begged the judge to reject the deal, saying Boeing shouldn't be allowed to, quote, buy its freedom. The Justice Department argued the agreement serves the public better than risking a trial that could let Boeing off the hook completely.
New this hour, a federal judge just ordered the USDA to find the money to fully fund SNAP benefits for November. The ruling comes after the Trump administration announced it would partially fund the program, with recipients getting up to 65% of their benefits. No comment yet from the administration. To the Closing Bell report now. Companies across the U.S. have cut almost 1 million jobs this year. That is the most since the pandemic. Amy Peakey is with the CBS Money Watch. She says the job cuts are stoking profits.
The stock market is hitting all-time highs. Profits are going up for S&P 500 companies. So there's sort of this strange disconnect. But, it's partially that companies are deciding they can do more with less.
In the housing markets, home prices barely moved in the Puget Sound region last month. The chief economist at Windermere telling the Puget Sound Business Journal buyers are nervous because of all the layoffs. Seattle was the exception, however. Median prices jumped 8% to just over $1 million now. President Trump announced a deal with the makers of weight loss drugs. CBS's Jennifer Jacobs says it should lower the costs and expand access for millions of Americans.
If you're on Medicare or Medicaid, the cost will be about $245 a month for those people. For drugs such as Mounjaro, Zepbound, Ozempic, Wegovy, Medicaid will be about the same prices. Your copay, if you're on Medicare, will be $50 a month.
Close today on Wall Street, a down day for the markets. The Dow lost 399, NASDAQ off 446, S&P lost 76 points. At 1:33 now, we go to the real-time traffic desk with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, we're not looking too bad right now. Up in Linwood, North 5, starting to see volumes crowd up from the interchange past 164th. Really isn't slowing your commute down by just a few minutes at most. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are still doing great, taking a half hour or so. Linwood to Seattle, 25 minutes. Crowded from Northgate in the downtown, heavy at times. North 5 slows approaching the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Southbound 405 is filling in between Bellevue and Renton. You're close to freeway speed, so Bellevue to Renton still doing pretty good at 15 minutes. We do have a new collision down in Pacific, northbound 167 at Jovita, just before the lane restrictions. It's sitting on your left shoulder, but it's right next to that left lane, and we could see that left lane shut down once a tow arrives. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Heavy rain at times today. Threats of river flooding across King County. Flood watch in effect across Snohomish County, and also a coastal flood warning. Right now it is wet and 54 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Very excited to have Mike Lefkoe from 710 Seattle Sports join us once again. Welcome back to the show, Mike.
Thanks, guys. It's been literally months, I think.
Too long. Way too long.
Yeah.
It's been months.
We had a lot going on.
It's been 6 months.
We got distracted.
You guys had Halloween happening here.
No, that's
just saw
not
Spike's
it.
great costume.
That's not it. Here's what happened. We got really excited about baseball. We got really excited about baseball. And we've kind of labeled you as like our football guy, even though you're 710 ESPN or 710 Seattle Sports, and you guys were covering a ton of baseball. So you could have spoken to that.
I could have.
But for us, it felt like, at least for me, I don't want to speak for Spike, but for me, it felt like kind of we were double dipping. I think of you as our football insider.
Well, if it helps, I actually fill in on pre and post game for baseball. So
well, then we missed a great opportunity.
To reorient your perception of me in your mind. For next year.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was shunning you a little bit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I felt like I was stepping out on you a little bit. I was a little shameful of it because we were talking so much baseball. And again, in my head, he was the football guy.
And we gave the kid a chance.
We talked to, you mean Aaron?
Yeah, no. Is it Lyle? I apologize.
Oh, the kid.
Oh, yeah, Lyle. Yeah, Lyle's a good guy.
He was just a fireball
he was
of
fun
youthful
too.
enthusiasm.
He was fun too.
A lot of energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole city was
Really
kind of, we were
podcast.
kind of intoxicated with Mariner postseason run.
Drunk with it. We were drunk with it.
Who wouldn't be?
That's
You're
the
right.
word I was looking for.
But we're talking about Seahawks now, and the great thing is because the Mariners lost, it's not great that they lost, but it's great that we can put all of those feelings right into a Seahawks basket of a team that's very, very good. Talk for a second, and then we'll get into the trade stuff, but can you talk for just a second about what this team is this year and how good they are? Because nationally, everybody's kind of really liking the Seahawks now, especially in light of this recent trade they just made.
And after they were very down on them during the offseason.
Talk about that.
Because the offense was a complete unknown. Well, maybe rightfully fair. We here had a little bit more of an optimistic expectation of, well, clearly there's a plan. And you have a quarterback that had a successful season last year. You're able to reimagine some pieces, and you have some flexibility. So 1 year, 10 wins. Hey, you thought that would naturally be around what you had or increase. The national media was like, well, you have no one on offense. Geno Smith's gone. DK Metcalf's gone. This team, we're not sure what happens. And now all of a sudden, they're like, oh, wait. Okay, so Mike McDonald had a plan all along. Oh, this is why he brought in Clint Kubiak, because someone like Sam Darnold fits perfectly with what he wants to do. Oh, and this is why they were fine moving on from DK Metcalf, because JSN is literally the best receiver in football right now. So this offense with a top 5 passing attack and a decent run game that has helped supplement what they want to do through the air has led to a team that already was expected to be one of the best defensively, and this is why they're 6-2, and that is the best record in the NFC.
It does seem crazy to me that offensively people were questioning when you see now that they're averaging almost 30 points a game.
Yeah.
They're just looking dominant. And now, go ahead, Spike.
Well, last year, our offensive line was abysmal, among the worst in football. And that problem, who's the rookie we drafted?
Yes, so they didn't really address it outside of drafting Gray Zabel, who has been plug and play. He's their left guard, but that's it. That's really the only
He's got one of the best ratings in all the NFL.
Now, you do have Abe Lucas, who's healthy, and he wasn't necessarily healthy for all of last season. So essentially maybe like 2 new pieces, but you're right, it was almost the same offensive line.
And and you mentioned the national media didn't pay attention like you guys paid attention. You knew that Geno and Sam Darnold wasn't a push. There were people in the national media that said this. I don't know if it's an upgrade. I don't know if last year's success in Minnesota can be replicated behind such an unknown offensive line, blah, 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 blah. You guys knew. You knew what was happening in the offensive line.
Yeah, I think we're more plugged in. And sometimes those blinders result in the negative if you can't see potential concerns. Like I think about going into 2021 season. You're like, well, no, the Seahawks aren't going to go down, and then they were 7-10. So something like that. But it did help of understanding, well, look, this is what the plan is for the offensive line. And because we have a lot of former offensive linemen on all of our shows to explain a lot of the offensive line, why they were bad last year, they were not put in positions to have success. It was very easy to defend play calling of Geno Smith, drop back. Geno Smith, drop back and pass. Hey, the run's not going to work. We're going to abandon the run game. They don't do that this year. Everything has a purpose to build to something else.
Do you think that Sunday night game where they just stomped on the Commanders, was that really was that a watershed moment for how they are seen nationally?
Yes, absolutely. Because that's the first time all year that they were alone on national TV. They had the Monday night game, but it was the second Monday night game. It was so late, and it was after the marquee Bucs-Lions matchup.
Yeah.
So you're not really getting a lot of people watching that. This, the standalone Sunday night, still that big window because it's on NBC, and it's that Sunday night game. Everyone tunes in.
Everyone has access to
Everyone
NBC.
can watch it.
Yeah.
The Commanders are not what they were last year, but still a team that had some expectations, and for the Seahawks to do what they did and just eviscerate them. First drive of the game, 90 yards down the field, 12 plays, 90 yards. And then to go up, 31-0 at one point? Yes. It was definitely 28-0. They kept scoring.
Like the second quarter.
Yeah. So to do that was a wake-up call, I think, to everyone around the league. And then you heard the next couple of days, pick your national sports podcast show, whatever.
Yeah, Pat McAfee, the Seattle Seahawks
everyone's talking about the Seahawks.
I saw Matt Hasselbeck do an interview and said they went through the exact same thing for Super Bowl 40 back in 2004. Mm-hmm. No one paid attention to the Seahawks whatsoever. And then the Hawks played a Monday night game at that point in Philadelphia where they dominated the Eagles on the road. And all of a sudden, the national media was like, they're showing up at camp. They're doing stories on the Seahawks. And they were like, where you guys been? And Hasselbeck says it's the same thing this year. Who's this JSN? Like, what? Are you kidding me? But from a national perspective, it's easy to forget the Seahawks up in the corner for all the things you mentioned. The turnover, the lack of consistency last year, a second-year coach. Who knows what's going to happen in Seattle this year? And Jake, to your point about this defense, I mean, there's even with injuries, this next man up mentality of this defense has been phenomenal.
Yeah, we haven't seen the defense fully healthy yet, which is a little concerning. They haven't been healthy yet to this point of the season, but also, if you look at the positives, you still have 9 regular season games left if you assume that Julian Love now can get back, because he might have tried to play through an injury in the Cardinals game, the first one a couple weeks ago, that then led to him not being able to recover. Right. So if he comes back after being on IR, which he missed 4 games, I think he's still got 3 left officially. You have all that, and then still potential playoff games. You're getting your leader in the back end of that defense back, along with everything you've seen already from this defense.
And now you have another player for Darnold to throw to.
Yes.
Let me play you a little clip. This is Rashid Shaheed, who was just drafted from the. I'm not drafted, just traded from the Saints. Yeah. Listen to this.
You can be a free agent at the end of the year. Is that anything on your mind now as you come here, or are you just kind of worried about that later?
No, I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay, man. So I'm excited. We can figure something out after the offseason, or after the season ends. But yeah.
So you're looking at this as your new home?
Long term, yeah. Yes, sir.
So we have 1 minute left. Talk a little bit about why he's so exciting for the Seahawks. Is this like the final piece that they would need to just be dominant?
He adds kind of a supplemental deep threat. He helps open things up more for the passing attack, and you're just doubling down on your strength. So the pass game should be even better now with another weapon there.
And it opens up JSN because
more for
he's been
JSN, you
double-teamed,
think, right?
And now there's this other guy they got to worry about.
Earlier this week, Jake said it's kind of like a Percy Harvin feeling when he joined that team. Is there something similar there?
He is a special teams guy. I would hope it's not the exact same as Percy Harvin.
Well,
but yeah.
But the upside of Percy Harvin.
The upside.
This guy's clearly not the head coach Percy Harvin was.
So, yes, all of that.
He once reached, according to the story here, 21.72 miles per hour on an 87-yard touchdown pass.
This year. Fastest time clocked in the NFL
Very
this
fast.
year.
Yeah. Which is
not from his heyday when that's not why they drafted him.
3 times as fast as Spike can run.
In a golf cart, I can't go that far. Yeah.
All right, that's Mike Lefkoe. Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah,
we
thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it. All right, go Seahawks. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO Newsradio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO Newsradio. on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
So what will you have today? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry?
When it comes to picking ice cream, there are lots of choices, and they all look and sound so good. Choosing a Medicare plan is a lot like that. So many options, all sound good. But if you pick a plan that's not right for you, there can be serious consequences. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Open enrollment season is underway, and we're all being inundated with advertisements encouraging us to choose this Medicare Advantage plan or that one. Maybe the best choice for you is traditional Medicare. To make an informed decision, you need to do your homework. The Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program has a free Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit to get you started.
This is Insurance Commissioner Patty Kuderer. Our Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit has a checklist of 7 easy steps to help you decide which Medicare plan is right for you.
Order your free toolkit today at insurance.wa.gov. That's insurance.wa.gov. Or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center. Then go get an ice cream.
All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. We're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
At Madrona Financial and CPAs, we believe there are 7 steps that must be taken in preparation for a successful retirement. Retirement needs more than just a basic income plan. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
You're halfway through a DIY car fix and boom, you're missing a part. It's okay because whatever it is, it's on eBay and it's guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
Tired of uneven home heating and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Bad even rejoining the show, speaking over this song. Can you just play this for a second? This is just a timeless, beautiful song. Ironically, it's about being forever young. It's just a perfect song. Who sings this? Like, honestly, I don't even know who sings this.
Forever Young. I don't even
Who is
know.
this?
This is Alphaville.
Alphaville?
With a medley of their hit. Sorry.
What's your favorite Alphaville song?
Not
Forever Young.
Not Forever Young. It's so many.
Mine would be Forever Young remix. It's a great song. It's a really great song.
It really is.
The reason we're discussing it is because we thought it would be clever as we discuss a new documentary that's about to come out on Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke is about to turn 100 years old. We have a little excerpt from the trailer, which we will discuss, and Laura has a hilarious... am I allowed to say what your thoughts on this?
Yeah,
one?
you can say what my thoughts are on this.
I'll let you say it. Let's hear the clip first.
Well, I never really thought of myself.
Actually, no, you say your thing first. You told me this before the show.
well-
Just in passing.
Just in passing. So there's a new documentary coming out about Dick Van Dyke, and I edited down the trailer to like 30 seconds so we could play a little bit of it on air. There's a guy in this clip who I think forgets that Dick Van Dyke is still alive.
He's still with us.
And they also interview Betty White.
Who's
which
no longer with us.
Must have been years ago. So my theory is that they were planning on releasing this after he died as like a retrospective, and then he just won't die.
He just keeps
so
going.
They just gave up.
My thought was
Like, let's get it out there.
They're pretty optimistic. It's going to be released when?
Dick Van Dyke can look forward to this. This comes out in 2028.
December 13th, though, right? That's the release date on this?
I think so, yeah.
I think 6 weeks is optimistic, but that's just me.
You know what's... Okay, you're not wrong about that.
Right?
That's crazy. When you're he's 100 years old.
Right.
100 years old. That's insane. Listen, let's play a little bit of this trailer and then let's all just gawk at his age.
Well, I never really thought of myself as a comedian, really. I'm an entertainer and a song and dance man.
I got to pause it real fast. He sounds phenomenal. He still has power in his voice. Yeah. He still sounds like he's with it, like mentally. Like we should all be so lucky.
I think he
100
can
years
make it
old.
another 6 weeks.
He can go 6 weeks. Yeah.
Why look so awfully tragic? Put on a happy face.
Dick Van Dyke, loved it. I just loved it. Still love it.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
This is just so well timed and so deserved.
He's the most gifted physical comedian that ever lived, and I'm talking about Chaplin, Keaton, anybody else.
There's nobody else but Dick Van Dyke.
He really was right down to the
is.
God, Lee.
Sorry, I'm kidding.
I wasn't even making a joke.
I know.
Yes,
I
you're
know.
right. He's still with us. When was it the Dick Van Dyke Show? Right.
Yes, of course.
So I used to, he'd kind of trip over the little thing instantly, and then
some days he would fall over the hassock. Some days he would zip around.
When he was feeling like he really had to. With it. But I used to watch that on TGIF. Do you remember? Or not TGIF. Nick at Night. You remember Nick at Night?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I remember when it was on TV, dude. Come on.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay.
That was on in the night. When was that on?
60s. Yes, I'm that old.
I take it back.
Of course they do.
I remember it on Nick at Night, which was also a long time ago.
You know how old it is? They were in twin beds because that was the rules back then.
Do people not still sleep in twin beds?
They still do, but and then you couldn't put a couple on TV in the same bed.
Well, I should hope not.
What?
Very inappropriate. Are you suggesting that these two are engaging in...
They made a child.
Do they have carnal knowledge of each other?
Not on camera, but they made a child.
I should hope not.
Same thing with Lucy and Ricky. Separate beds.
You're right. Well, they rarely showed that. Like they had a big rule back then. Like don't often show them in bed.
Right.
And also, there was never toilets on TV. There's still not a lot of toilets on TV, which I think is a good rule. Also,
yeah, it is.
You just don't want to like. What are you going to do in a toilet? Dick Van Dyke, 100 years old.
Magic.
He really is. I mean,
he's magic.
He's very good at living. And a lot of stuff when he was young, too. I mean, he was, not English accents as much. But
not so much.
But
it's funny you say that because the Mary Poppins was what the joke you referred to.
Yeah.
His
Cockney accent.
His Cockney accent was just about abysmal.
Yeah. I didn't know it was bad when I was a kid. I thought, oh, he's a delightful
That's what they sound like. And I'm like, you hear real English, but what's wrong with those people?
Yeah.
Haven't they heard Mary Poppins?
But he was on screen with real Englishmen. He's like on the screen with Mary Poppins' dad. That's a real English guy, right? Isn't he an English? I don't know.
Mr. Banks, yeah.
Was he an English guy?
Yeah.
Or was he also just a better accent, I thought?
It's a very good accent.
There's a lot of English accents. I didnn't, as a
Julie
child.
Andrews, British
Julie
accent,
Andrews.
right. Emily
She's
Blunt.
great.
He was in the remake. What was that, 2020, 2018, 2019, somewhere in there?
Did he do a cameo?
No, you remember in the original movie where he played the old banker?
Oh, yeah,
where they
yeah.
dressed Dick Van Dyke up as the old banker. He played the old banker.
He did?
And they didn't need any makeup.
That's
yes.
hilarious.
And he was dancing.
A lot shorter makeup
he was
time.
dancing and singing. And that was 7 years ago. He was 93.
That's
and he was
insane.
on top of the table dancing and singing.
That makeup joke, it's the same joke that I made I've made it every year.
Yeah.
My kids don't remember it, but every year when like Halloween time comes around and they see the ad for that Hocus Pocus 2,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, that must be nice. They didn't have to sit in the makeup chair that long because they're all so old now.
Ouch.
It's different, but it's
It
kind
is,
of
but
the
it's the same joke. No, it's a good joke.
They're still
Solid
with us
joke.
too, so God bless them.
God bless.
So Dick Van Dyke, 100 years old, and listen, here's to 100 more. I hope he makes it. All right, we got a lot more coming up.
With science these days.
You never know. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonihan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like,
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Stacey Lynn. A judge just ordered the Trump administration to pay full SNAP benefits for November by tomorrow, rejecting the plan to partially fund the food stamp program for 42 million Americans. Representative Josh Gottheimer.
Do the right thing. The court orders you to do it. Let's get these SNAP resources going. Let's give dollars back to families to be able to buy food again.
Boston Mayor Michelle Wu.
And so many of our families across Boston, Massachusetts, and the country are living in fear of how they're going to make ends meet, where that next meal is going to come from, when benefits are being used as political leverage.
The FAA says it will cut back on thousands of flights beginning tomorrow due to staffing shortages during the shutdown. Flight cancellations are picking up as airlines comply with the government order. That means many airline passengers are trying to figure out a plan B, just in case their flights are canceled.
Some travelers are certainly worried that they could fly out today, but get stuck somewhere if a flight is canceled.
I know, I'm scared about that, yeah. And even for me, I'm here at LAX, but I'm going to go home tonight. I changed my flight so that I wouldn't fly tomorrow.
It's a crazy time. I have another flight scheduled the following week, and I think I'm going to cancel that one.
Some airlines are offering refunds. John Baird for CBS News, Los Angeles.
A jury in Virginia has awarded $10 million to a former teacher shot by a student. Correspondent Scott McFarland heard from Abby Zwarner's attorneys.
Saying this is holding accountable people who are there to be stewards of the public safety and children's safety, that this should send a message to other public school systems to avoid traps and pitfalls when they try to keep kids safe.
She had said administrators were made aware the boy may have had a gun, but did nothing. A man who was charged with throwing a sandwich at a federal agent was found not guilty for misdemeanor assault. Sean Dunn, a.k.a. the Sandwich Guy, admitted to throwing the submarine-style sandwich at a Customs and Border Patrol officer stationed in Washington in August. That video went viral. He quickly became a symbol of resistance against President Trump's federal policing crackdown in the nation's capital. The president's made a deal with two popular weight loss drugs.
This will slash the cost of Wegovy from $1,350 a month to ultimately $250 a month.
This just in. Tesla shareholders approve a massive pay package that could make Elon Musk the world's first trillionaire. Big losses on Wall Street today. The Dow closed down 399 points. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
Those flight disruptions are coming to SeaTac airports. That's coming up after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Seattle Sports has the update. Be sure you got yourself plenty of room between you and that car ahead of you. With our soaked commute, you'll want all that extra space you can get to avoid sudden stops. Overall, we're doing pretty good. In Auburn, we do have a new blocking problem. Westbound 18 approaching Auburn Black Diamond Road. It's out of my camera view, and I haven't received any reports on it yet, so it's unclear what exactly is blocking in what lane. But I do see a solid backup stretching all the way back to the Valley Freeway. That's about a 2.5-mile backup. South 5 through Seattle, you're heavy from the U District into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, closing in on a half-hour commute. South 405 is crowded from Factoria into Renton. Bellevue to Renton, plan on 25 minutes. And up in Bellingham, North 5 at Iowa Street, a crash is blocking most of that on-ramp. Drivers are able to use the on-ramp by just squeezing by on the far left side. And the main line, North 5, you're sitting in a 2-mile backup. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Double check those flight plans this weekend. There will be a rise in delays and cancellations at SeaTac Airport starting tomorrow. SCA is among the airports seeing reduced air traffic during the government shutdown. These travelers telling KIRO 7 TV.
I'm nervous. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to affect us, to be honest with you.
Seattle Times now reporting 12 cancellations at SeaTac tomorrow, with many more expected. The move aims to ease pressure on air traffic controllers working without pay during the government shutdown. Federal lawsuits claims a Snohomish County teenage girl was sexually exploited through the popular apps Discord and Roblox. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has details.
Lawyers say the 14-year-old girl, identified only as Jane Doe, was groomed by a man posing as another child who first contacted her on Roblox before moving their chats to Discord, where he convinced her to send explicit photos. Attorney Sarah Beller.
Roblox prioritizes profits over people. They prioritize their growth over the safety of our children.
A Discord spokesperson says the platform requires users to be at least 13 and uses several tools to prevent sexual exploitation and grooming. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Making good on his campaign promise, Governor Bob Ferguson has spent this week working out of Western State Hospital. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Governor Ferguson says early on in his political career, one of the first issues he was interested in was mental health.
In part because my family had, like a lot of families, issues related to mental health.
Construction of a new 350-bed facility on the Washington State Hospital campus is underway, and it should be open in 2028. Officials say it will help the state meet the requirement to hold people charged with crimes who are awaiting competency evaluations at a mental health facility rather than in jail. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
An iconic Seattle restaurant will live on. 4 longtime employees are taking ownership of the Virginia Inn near Pike Place Markets. Restaurant was set to shut down over a lease dispute. Seattle Times reports a new deal has been made to save the 122-year-old establishment. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. It is wet out there, going to stay rainy throughout the afternoon. Downpours at times, flood watches in effect across the coast in Snohomish County. Rivers could overflow across King County. Right now looking at 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Lots of great stuff. If you guys are not following us on our different X pages and social media pages and all that stuff, it's a ton of fun. We're just constantly having fun conversations and talking about Beanie Babies and all sorts of great stuff. We posted a clip a little bit ago of a Thanksgiving conversation we had last hour.
Really?
Laura's posting up a storm, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of stuff to get to in this hour, and so why don't we just jump right into it, Spike? Would that be great?
Of course.
Is that what we should do?
Sure.
All right, let's jump right into it. Let's see here. In local news here. Oh, my audio just shut down. Here we go. I got it back. There was an election a couple days ago. People are still chatting about.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things that people are chatting about, this was on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This was in New York. Are you aware? There was a mayoral race in New York, just like here in
saw
Seattle.
coverage of that. Yeah.
So we're still waiting. We're still waiting to find out who is going to be crowned the victor here in
Seattle. Yeah.
In Seattle, Mayor Bruce Harrell is still, what is he, 10,000 votes ahead right now?
He's 8 points up. Let me get the exact number for you. We have it on our My Northwest has the number for you.
Yeah.
But this could take a second because I don't type too fast.
I want to say maybe he's 9,000.
He's 11,000 votes up.
11,000.
73.8 to 62.7.
Okay, so
less than half the votes counted due to the incredibly large last-minute voting blitz.
Yeah. So that's the part that there's some comparisons to the East Coast, the Mamdani of it all. So Mamdani activated a ton of people. Like he's the first person since 1969 to get 1 million plus votes.
Wow.
And now we're seeing in Seattle specifically a larger vote turnout than they initially were discussing.
Mm-hmm.
Usually these odd year, when it's not a presidential or it's
not even a midterm.
Not even a midterm. This weird thing doesn't get a whole lot of interest. And we had some of the stats for you yesterday. The percentage of people who actually voted is pretty abysmal. I think between 18 and 24-year-olds, they said it was like less than 10%.
Yeah, 8.9 or something.
Yeah, very low, very low. And even up into the 40s and 50s, it's still well below 50%, like well below 50%. But this late surge of day of voters, is that going to favor Katie Wilson, who is the socialist candidate, or is it going to favor Bruce Harrell, who is the more moderate Democrat candidate? I think a lot of people are hoping that it is going to go to the former.
Personally,
latter.
Myself, I hope the mayor retains his position. I'm a little frightened of what could be on the horizon.
She's an unknown quantity. We don't know how she would govern.
Very progressive views.
She doesn't know
plans.
how she'd govern. Let's be honest, because she's never done it.
Right.
But we're seeing that now in New York. All these questions are being raised about what's going to happen in New York, and it's kind of interesting because Mamdani, who was very good at social media and ran a very good online campaign, which again, for young people, that's where they spend their time. That's how they get their information, all of that stuff. I mean, he was like the TikTok candidate.
Yeah, but he was. Yeah, can't deny that at all. And you're right. That's what motivates a young voting base. And he had record numbers of young voters turn out for his campaign.
Yes.
He also, though, because as this story was national news, because now that he's being painted as the face of the new Democratic Party by opponents of socialism or democratic socialism, as he identifies himself. Yeah. He was also the guy, though, that would walk into areas of New York City that were Trump's strongholds. Because believe me, Donald Trump did pretty well with young voters in the last cycle, with minority voters in the last cycle, historically well for a Republican.
Yeah.
He went into these different neighborhoods of New York and debated, to your point about TikTok and social media, but he'd go on there and he'd talk to Trump supporters in New York who had concerns that President Trump addressed in the last election and talk to these people and listen to these people. And he converted a lot of those people who abandoned the Democratic Party in 2024. He brought a lot of them home.
He said, come on back.
Yeah, and let me know what your concerns. Well, no, what are your concerns? What are your concerns for affordable housing?
Well, the concerns
Let's talk about
the concerns were I'm going to give you free stuff.
Now that
is what he said. He said we're going to do free transportation.
He's talking about
free childcare.
He's talking about using the government's resources to what's going to benefit the most New Yorkers, and if that means free daycare, free transportation to help New Yorkers.
Rent freezes. He talks about rent freezes
because that's the number one issue with all New Yorkers is affordability of a place to live in New York, and to the point of young voters. If you can't afford to work in New York or live in New York, then you can't work in New York.
He wants government-run grocery stores, which he talked about.
Yeah, grocery prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the course of a day depending on what they can get away with. It doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zahran Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce. We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores, whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging.
Let me ask you a question. How do you do that? How do you redirect funds from corporate grocery stores? So you're saying privately run grocery stores.
Mhm.
He's going to take money from them and give it to publicly run grocery stores. How does that happen?
I'm assuming I haven't investigated this story.
And I'm not asking you to be his defender. I'm just saying that that's more of a general question.
Yeah, how do you do that? What he said in that clip was, and maybe I misheard it, went by pretty fast, and I talked over the top, but I apologize. It seems to me that corporate-run grocery stores get tax benefits to be in these certain areas, and we see that all the time. Big corporations receive tax benefits in order to do business in these areas. It behooves a municipality to help a business do business in there because it just...
That's why we give tax breaks.
Right.
Because it's better for the community.
It feeds people. So if you're talking about instead of giving a grocer corporation tax breaks to be here, what if we took those tax breaks we gave you, that money we allotted to do that, and use that to run our own grocery store? I mean, I don't know if that's what he's planning, but if you ask me how you would do it, that probably is the most practical way that it would be done.
I mean, practical.
I don't know if it's even doable.
That's a heavy word.
Yeah, I don't know if it's doable. I love the onus behind it, which is you buy.
You and I are going to disagree on this. I think government-run grocery stores, I think, is a tried and failed bad idea.
I haven't looked into this topic at all. You might be very right.
Millions of dollars attempting this and failed horribly at it. What's the incentive for doing it well?
You feed a population, and your tax dollars, instead of going to make a corporation make profits, it goes to help feeding your population. That's the benefit. That's the drive behind it.
What's the motivation for keeping it running well? I know why you want to give the stuff away, but how do you keep it up?
Well, you're talking about selling it to people. You're not talking about giving it away. You're talking about running a grocery store.
He's talking about dramatically reducing the price so that it becomes very, very cheap for people. But how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you make it cheap? Like grocery stores, we talked about grocery stores run on a less than 2% margin.
But they are making profits, a lot of profits in a lot of cases.
There's nothing wrong with profit.
I'm not saying there is.
No, but he is.
Well, he's saying maybe there's a better way to do this. And again, I'm not trying to defend it. I'm trying to understand how it is even possible, an idea like this, which obviously was a popular idea. Well, people voted for him in record number. Part of which is because our food bills are just through the roof.
He's selling the idea of socialism, which has obviously been tried many places and failed everywhere it's tried. But this is a couple in New York who were asked about these government-run grocery stores. This was a huge issue there.
Yeah.
How do you bring the price of groceries down? It's been years since I've been in New York, but everything in New York is very expensive. I understand the angst that people might be feeling by being upset about how much everything costs.
Yeah.
That's not a new thing in New York. So,
no, of course not.
The idea that it can be fixed by just giving stuff away for free also doesn't make sense to me. But here's what the older couple had to say about it.
And what about the government-run grocery stores? Do you think that that's a model that could work?
Yes.
And
I
why?
think there's too many hungry people and too many potatoes here that are $5 a pound.
Yeah, you got to lower the prices. Is there anything else about Zoran that gets you excited about him?
I'm excited that he gets young people excited, and I'm excited to see people standing in line, hopefully, to vote for something new.
And last thing, the number one comment I get on some of my videos is that socialism doesn't work. It's been tried many times. Why do you think it'll work?
This isn't socialism he's talking about. It's social democracy. Government should work to encourage people to thrive and be successful. Everybody thrive. It shouldn't be a matter of it should be equality, not supremacy. It should be a matter of bringing everybody up and not just having a few people with entirely too much money and too much decision.
They say it's not socialism. Here's the definition of socialism, so just you can give it to these people. Socialism is a political and economic theory that advocates for a collective or governmental ownership and control of the means of production, which he says in his speeches, and distributions of goods, often aiming at achieving greater social equality.
Okay.
The problem is he can't do that. Like, he keeps talking about giving away free stuff in New York.
Yeah.
We both know that he can't raise taxes in New York. That's something that the governor and the legislature would have to do.
He can work toward raising taxes, but he'll need the cooperation and partnership with the city council and the governor of New York. You're right. He just can't wave a magic wand and raise taxes on these people.
He can't offer, they have a very complicated system in New York. Everything is complicated. The size of New York is unbelievable. Oh, yeah. I mean, they dwarf Seattle. Seattle wasn't even... It's so funny because it was a big deal here that we had Katie Wilson running, socialist candidate for mayor. She's not even really mentioned nationally. They talked about Zoran Mandami. They talked about there was a guy. I
think I saw one hit about Katie Wilson on Fox.
Of all the hits,
hit,
one hit.
Yeah.
But we're a tiny little piece of the pie that nobody seems to care about.
Right.
But New York is such a massive city, so the idea that he's going to be able to reshape New York in a meaningful way and just give away stuff for free is not a reality, but I think he's pitching it to a lot of young people who maybe are unaware that has been tried and failed many, many places. I mean, you can look at some of the socialist countries that exist today, and those people are all flocking to get to America because they don't want to live in those countries. Like Venezuela, there's not a whole lot of people who think to themselves, let's go move to Venezuela or Cuba.
No, but there are examples that where this type of system that he's talking about, democratic socialism, not just socialism, it's democratic socialism, and there are differences. The Netherlands comes to mind. There are examples of what he's talking about doing that have worked in the past.
It's funny, you and I were just talking about this earlier. Their tax rate in those countries are well above 50%. In some of them, 70%. Would you live in a country where you were taxed 70%? Now, you do get a lot of things. They're going to give you a lot of education free. You're going to get free health care and all that stuff. It's not really free. You're paying for it in taxes.
Yeah.
But would you as a person thrive if 70% of everything that you were earning, or call it 50 or whatever the number is, more than you are getting yourself? If the government is getting a majority of the money that you make, do you think you're going to be incentivized to work as hard as you have?
Incentivized, or will it be getting more reward, more
the cool
value for my money?
Is the harder you work, the more you benefit from that, right?
Yeah.
And that's a pretty great system.
Yeah, but
because then you have nobody to blame but yourself if you don't have the success that you want.
Yes, but under those systems, even with your tax rate of, say, 70, even the worst case scenario percentage of, we're just spitballing here, right? People who work harder in that system, they go further in that system than people who don't. 70% of a lot more money, you're still, the drive to achieve and to grow, I don't think it's diminished in those cultures.
What?
In this country, you know what the tax rate was in the 60s for the top earners in this country?
What was it?
It's 91%.
That's called progress, that we don't have that anymore. Yes.
Okay.
That's a bad idea.
But we're talking about people who built empires at that rate. It didn't slow down the Gettys, the Rothschilds, the Guggenheims, the Carnegies.
Look up the tax rate for the Rothschilds.
It's 91%. It's about 90% on the top earners in
the
this
Rothschilds
country.
In the 1960s.
No, not the 60s. Well,
you just said in the 1960s.
In the 60s, it was still 91%. When I'm talking people who built empires, the Trumps, for example, who built their empires in the 60s and 70s.
I think your numbers are off.
They're not.
That's insane. That's insane.
That it was 91%?
It's insane that you think that you're not incentivized by keeping more of your own money. It's just naturally true.
I didn't say that. You're saying that a high tax rate destroys incentive.
Yes.
It doesn't. It doesn't. There's examples that it doesn't. People got rich. People got filthy rich being taxed at that rate.
Rich people are already taxed hugely in our country.
I'm not arguing that. They pay a disproportionate amount of the taxes.
The top 10% of the earners in this country pay 70-something% of all federal taxes.
Yeah, I know.
The top 1% pay 40% of that.
Right. So the top 3 people in this country are worth more than 152 million Americans combined.
Yes. That's fantastic.
That doesn't seem wrong to you?
No, what's wrong about it? What's wrong about somebody being rich? He didn't take anything from you.
Okay, well, he didn't take anything from me. Sure he did.
No, he didn't.
Sure he did.
How?
Because they aren't contributing to a tax base.
And anybody listening, there's no awkwardness here. You and I are generally having a fun conversation. How did he take? And who's the person? Who's this imaginary person you're talking about?
I'm not imagining. But Gates.
Okay, Bill Gates.
You want to talk about
what did Bill Gates take from
Bezos, Zuckerberg. I'm not even sure if Gates is the top third. I'm not sure the third guy is, but it's one of those people standing next to Donald Trump on the podium at the inauguration.
They picked your pocket. How?
When the tax rate was as high as it was, I'm not saying it needs to go back to where it was. When the tax rate was as high as it was, there was more tax base to use for government services. So when that tax base diminishes and we start running into massive deficits, you don't invest in infrastructure. You don't invest in education. You don't invest in healthcare.
We spend more on that stuff today than we ever have in the history of this country.
There are more people to care for than there ever was in the history of this country.
No, adjusted. We spend more on it today. I have a number for you right here. In 1977, adjusted for inflation, we spent $154 billion, state and local public welfare spending in the United States. $154 billion on welfare. Adjusted for inflation, 1977.
I'm not talking about welfare.
No, you're saying that we don't spend money on things that take care of the poorest among us.
I'm talking about infrastructure investment.
Do you know what we spend today?
Electrical investment.
Do you know what we spend today?
What?
$862 billion.
Okay.
We're spending a lot of money. It's not because the tax rates have lowered that we're now getting less at the lower end.
That wasn't the question we asked. The question we asked.
I'm sorry. The question was, you said that rich people are picking your pocket.
I said rich people who are taxed at a historically low rate.
Well, they are. Here's the thing. Somebody like Jeff Bezos, he gets around that system because he doesn't take a salary like you or I take. He has stocks, right?
Yeah,
we have capital gains taxes, things
like
that.
They run loopholes. Yeah, you bet.
Well, he's operating inside the system that everybody uses.
I know, but there are loopholes in that system that everybody uses. Donald Trump was asked during a debate.
It's not a loophole. It's part of the system. It's not a loophole. It's just like part of the system.
Here's my argument to that.
Okay.
When all those different tax deductions and different allowances, right, were put in place, it was when the tax rate was up in the 70s and 90s. It was incentive for people to let me finish.
I wish I had more details on the 70s and 90s. I don't know if your numbers are completely accurate.
I'll give it to you.
Continue. I'll believe you.
Let's assume that I've done my research and I know what I'm talking about a little bit here. And I know it's a big leap, and I appreciate the leap of faith. Hold my hand, we'll jump off together. Okay, when a tax rate is 70%, let's go at the low end of my estimation. Tax rate is 70%.
Yeah.
You've got these tax loopholes and allowances and deductions in place so that the ultra rich invest back in their company, invest back in their employees. And those are tax deductions, right? That keeps people who are making all this money. So, the tax rate's 90%, but by the time you take all those deductions, it falls into the 30s and 40s. Now we drop the rate to 30 or 40% on high earners, but all those loopholes are still there.
Are things better now than they were in the time that you're talking about when we had super high taxes?
In what regard?
Well, people are living longer. They have more. They have more access to technology. Technology is the cheapest it's ever been.
Sure,
the quality of life
I'll
is
give
very
you all
good.
those. I'd also put out there that the middle class of America, the driving engine of an economy, is the middle class, not the upper. Giving tax breaks to billionaires doesn't trickle down. Trickle-down economics has been disproven time and time and time again.
Disagree, but go ahead.
Okay, but those are just different economic theories.
Yes.
Okay?
Your economic theory is tax at 70%. You have still just as much incentive to be successful.
Yes, it is. I stand by that. And I also say that when the middle class was thriving in this country, okay, it's because the ultra-rich invested back in their employees, in their companies, in their communities for tax benefit reasons, and that's what made the greatest generations and the greatest time. That's what made America great again. You want to go back to make America great again? Start taxing people at the tax rates when America was great in their minds.
Taxes have nothing to do with American greatness.
Sure they do.
It's freedom to be successful in America.
Sure it is.
Do you know why they built so many houses?
Do you know why they built
so many houses after people came back from World War II?
Because people needed the place to live, and they earned a living, one family incomes.
Is it because they were raising taxes on those people, which made it great, or because they opened up the floodgates and said, "Build, you people, build, go and expand, have freedom, build your life, be successful."
Because people
Keep it
were
for
allowed.
yourself.
People were allowed to earn a living wage. Wages have stayed stagnant while CEO pays have tripled 300%.
I'm going to play you a clip,
300%.
and we're having fun. There's no awkwardness
I love
here.
this.
We're having
This
fun.
is great.
Mom Donnie said something during his victory speech, which I think is insane.
And I think it should be. I think it should be engraved and granted on the statue they're going to build for him in Central Park.
Okay, people are going to be very divided about this next segment. Come back for it, and I'm going to make Spike prove me wrong here.
I love this job.
All right,
this is
be right
great.
back.
You're awesome at this.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Hey, it's John Curley with some great news. If your home's heating or cooling is uneven, noisy, or expensive, listen up. The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump System from Home Comfort Alliance is changing the game. It gives you room-by-room control and next-gen efficiency, so you're only heating where you need it. That means real comfort and real savings, and every quilt system qualifies for max tax credits. Trusted for 50 years. Call the comfort people today at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. If you're at the stage where you need readers, whether you've had LASIK or not, it may be time to consider K2 Vision RLE. I tell my King LASIK patients, laser vision correction won't solve the eventual need for reading glasses due to an aging, dysfunctional lens.
But K2 Vision RLE will. It's not a question of if your lens becomes dysfunctional, it's when. At that point, you'll need reading glasses and could benefit from refractive lens exchange, a permanent solution to distance, intermediate, and near vision problems. In other words, no glasses, no contacts, and no readers.
And no cataracts.
Exactly. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
K2 Vision RLE is quick and painless.
And because we've performed over 100,000 procedures and followed the outcomes, we have the experience to know if RLE is right for you.
Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com and let's get your vision feeling young again, permanently.
Go to K2VisionRLE.com.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women, but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow and binge all episodes of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley. Available now, wherever you listen.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
You've worked hard, saved diligently, and now retirement is on the horizon. But will your nest egg go the distance? With rising cost and uncertain markets, there's no time for oversimplified plans. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Hey, quick heads up. If your building's over 20,000 square feet, Washington's Clean Buildings Law means you may need to meet new energy standards starting July of 2026. Luckily, Puget Sound Energy has this free program called the Clean Buildings Accelerator that makes it way easier to comply with the Clean Buildings Performance Standard. They walk you through the steps, help track your energy use, even give you plan templates. I signed up. It's simple, and it's saving me money already. Check it out at psc.com/clean buildings.
Cars for Kids, the easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.com or 1-877-CARS4KIDS.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A criminal case against Boeing over 2 deadly 737 MAX crashes has now been dismissed. KIRO News Radio's Heather Bosch reports the Justice Department wanted the case tossed out.
Some family members of the plane crash victims call it a betrayal. Attorney Mark Lindquist represented those relatives in civil cases, but
many of the families are concerned that because Boeing was not held accountable in the criminal case, then Boeing isn't going to make the necessary changes.
Boeing has agreed to pay fines and step up quality control, but there will be no independent monitor to scrutinize Boeing production, and the company won't plead guilty to any criminal charges. Heather Bosch, KIRO News Radio.
Federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to fully fund November food stamp benefits. The ruling comes after the government today planned to issue just 65% of those payments during the shutdown. He directed the USDA to release billions in additional funds by tomorrow so states can pay full SNAP benefits this month. Intel is suing a software engineer from Seattle that it fired. Company says he stole some of their top secret files, as we hear from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Bay Area News Group reports, according to Intel's lawsuit, which was filed here in Washington, the company put him on notice this past July that he was about to be fired. It's not clear why, but the company had said earlier in a regulatory filing it planned to cut its workforce this year. The suit says the first time he tried to steal files, he failed. But a few days later, he used more sophisticated tech and was able to download nearly 18,000 files, including some labeled top secret. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Well, big news out of women's hockey. Seattle's professional women's hockey league team now has a name.
We are the Seattle Torrent.
The Seattle Torrent, the name drawing inspiration from Washington's powerful waterways, symbolizing strength and momentum, the team says. The Torrent kick off its regular inaugural season November 21st in Vancouver, BC. Weather now, brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We get to that, actually, after we go to Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. We'll start you up in Linwood. We've got a big crash, North 5 at the 405 interchange, blocking 3 of the right lanes of the main line. That leaves just the HOV lane open to all traffic, and right now, you're bumper to bumper, almost in the shoreline. Seattle to Linwood is up to a half hour. Up in Everett, eastbound 526, we have heavy volumes leaving the Boeing plant over to I-5, and North 5 I-5 is crowded from the Boeing freeway up to Highway 2, Everett to Marysville, right around a 10-minute drive. Linwood to Seattle, plan on a half hour. You're slow from Northgate to I-90, but it gets real thick at Lake City Way. North 5 is heavy at the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Seattle to Federal Ways at 35 minutes. In Auburn, eastbound 18 is bumper to bumper from the Valley Freeway to just before Auburn Black Diamond Road, where we have some type of blocking issue. I still haven't received any information on this. And if you're heading through Bellingham this afternoon, northbound on I-5 at Iowa Street, we've got a crash still partially blocking that on-ramp. We had part of the freeway closed momentarily with tow trucks, and that is added to a 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting at State Route 11. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Going to be rainy today and windy at times. Heavy downpours at times as well. Flash flood, flood watches, I should say, in Snohomish County. Coastal flood warnings as well. And also rivers could flood across King County. Right now, 54 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Just gonna keep doing this.
Who is this again?
Who is this again? What did we decide this was? It was like Alpha something? Who is this? Ian, who is this?
Alphaville.
Right.
Alphaville.
Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Forever young. We both aged 10 years during that last segment.
No, that was great.
No, I loved it. The text line heavily favors you. There's a lot of people who hate rich people who listen to our audience.
I love rich people.
No, you don't.
I hope to be one someday.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You just said that rich people pick your pocket, and that you, if you were taxed at 70%, you'd be happy about it.
I'd like to have deeper pockets.
I want to compliment you, though. You were right about something that I didn't know, which happens all the time. I'm not saying
it is
this
Thursday.
The first time
I told you it was Thursday.
So you were right. The top federal income tax rate in the United States history was in 1944 was 94%, and they carried this through. It was above 91% through 1963.
Right.
And then people got wise, obviously. You were wrong about something, though. You
influence started happening.
You said the men who built America were taxed at this rate. That is not true. Carnegie, Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, Kennedy even, all of those guys made pre-tax dollars. So specifically, there was no federal income tax during much of the Gilded era, Gilded Age, which is when a lot of these guys were making a ton of the money.
Boy, and that turned out well, didn't it, the Gilded Age?
So their income tax, well, if you like a rich country, then yes, the industrial age, all that stuff.
You like eating dirt for the most of Americans.
When did America come online, Spike?
When did America come online?
Let me just give you this.
With regard to taxation?
They paid little to no federal income tax during the time where they were building the country. A short-lived income tax of 2% on incomes over $4,000 was passed in 1894, ruled unconstitutional the following year. In the early 20th century, so this would affect Rockefeller, the top rate that he ever paid for taxes was 7%.
Okay, I appreciate the information.
So you were right, and I was suspicious of what you were saying, which was also a little bit right, but you were more right than I was, which is the point. So you won that one.
And it is Thursday again.
Okay.
Still Thursday.
I do firmly believe that high taxes do not incentivize people to be highly successful. I do think that that's a true thing. You may disagree with me on that, but that's how I feel. But let's move on to something else.
Sure.
Mamdani said this during his victory speech. I want to play this clip. You and I had 180-degree different reactions to this, and let's play it, and then you can explain why you love this so much.
We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about.
Oh, I love it. You love it.
I love it.
Why do you love that?
I think it speaks to a theme that has been a part of American greatness for generations, easily.
Which is what?
That the government of the people, by the people, for the people, okay, can do great things. That reminds me of FDR, reminds me of the New Deal, where the government stepped in and literally built so much of this nation. That established Social Security. Everybody throws socialism around like it's a 4-letter word, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's more letters than
that. I'm not great at math, but I know that's more than 4. Social Security is like the definition of socialism. Definition of it. So is your fire department. So is public utilities.
Let me ask you a question about this. Let me play this one more time. This is what scared me about it.
We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about.
Don't you want there to be concerns that are too small for the government to care about? Do you want the government
I don't. We mean in every aspect of my life.
You want the government in every aspect of your life?
Detecting who I sleep with, how I identify sexually, what gender I identify as. No, I don't want the government there at all, but they're doing it every day of my life.
Do you want the government? Well, no, they don't. But
sure
do you want the government coming in and solving a dispute with you and your neighbor over
that's
grass?
That's not what he's saying.
Grass length.
He's not saying he wants the government to solve every problem.
He did. That's exactly what he just said.
We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about.
And no concern too small for it to care about. It is the literal polar opposite, almost the same length of time, but polar opposite of what Reagan said once, which I thought was probably closer to what I feel. That's exactly what I feel.
I know the quote.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
And I'm here to help.
Probably the most damning and detrimental statement ever made by a politician.
What do you mean by that?
That the government is your enemy, vilifying government help. That's the most terrifying language. The government is here to help.
How does a government help you? Like, how does a government help you? How does it acquire the ability to help you?
By taxing my income and providing services that make my life better.
Okay, so yeah, the government does a few things well.
Does quite a few things well.
Well, they don't do it well. They're necessary, but they don't do it well. Like we're looking here in Washington.
Yeah, they could all do it.
They do nothing well, but they do things that they have to do. Like they maintain roads. There's no private company that's going to maintain roads.
When you go to the grocery store and you buy meat, won't kill your family. That's the government. That's federal regulation on safety of food.
I'm not talking about federal regulation. I'm talking about...
We're talking about government. You're talking about what the government can do. I'm the government. I'm here to help. Good luck going outside without a gas mask, without the EPA telling you not to pollute my air.
You're not worried about overreaching government?
Of course I am.
Do you like the size of big governments? Do you think that's a better thing?
No, I don't think. No, I'm not saying bloating's good. I'm saying that the government does good things.
I'm not saying they don't do good things. Of course they do good things, and it's filled with people who occasionally do good things.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But they're also vastly, vastly bloated. They are doing also many, many horrible things.
I couldn't agree more.
Like the homeless stuff here locally.
I couldn't agree more. We waste so much money.
Dumping money into
layers of bureaucracy.
The train system. Dumping money into
What was the amount of our education budget going to bureaucracy you quoted yesterday?
Oh, 25% of our state budget goes to just administrative costs.
That's beyond insulting. It's enraging.
Almost double what they spend on education.
So when Mamdani says no problem too small for government to care about, doesn't mean he wants government to solve every problem.
Yes, he does. That's what he ran on.
That's not what he said. That's not what he ran on. In my opinion, I'm saying if he says if your problem is bothering you, the government should be able to address it. At least listen to it. No problem for government too small to care about is what he said. Not solve every problem. He didn't say
the only way that they can do that is if they become so huge. They can't. Honestly, we were just told in our local election that they couldn't even deliver the mail. Yeah. Which is something they've been doing for a long time. Should have that nailed
250 years this year, by the way. Happy anniversary to the post office.
Couldn't even deliver the mail in time to get your ballot, make sure that you get it counted.
Yeah.
How are they going to deal with every problem if they can't even deliver the mail, which is a very simple thing?
No, eliminate fraud, waste, abuse, bloated. We can go through all that. I agree with all those aspects of points of view.
Growing it is not going to work.
I'm not saying growing it.
Of course you have to grow. How do you make it smaller and deal with every little problem?
You eliminate redundancy, fraud.
How?
You go through and do audits on your government services. You find real waste, fraud, and abuse, and you eliminate it.
So you eliminate it, and you take on the burden of running grocery stores, of giving free childcare and buses. All of those things are going to be free now.
You're speaking in extremes.
I'm not speaking in extremes. I'm literally repeating what he just said.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, how do you do all of that and shrink the size of government?
Place quote
Great?
one more time. Place quote one more time for me, if you would. You got it? We got time? Just play the quote.
I'll play the quote. Let me play the quote here.
No, we don't have time?
She's shaking us off.
Yeah, we don't have time.
We'll play it when we get back.
We'll be back. Yeah, I love this show.
We'll be back.
We got text coming up too, right? Yeah.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
What a good move I made. Let me tell you a quick story. I've done a whole bunch of races and a bunch of other stuff like that, and my left hip started bothering me about 5 years ago. And I go to the doctor, and he's like, you need a hip replacement. I was like, I'm 60. Yeah, we're going to ask you to wait a little while because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to go into the grave at the same time. I said, what do you do about all this pain? Well, you could, aspirin, and you could continue to do this and that and, sleep with a pillow between your legs. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Then I was talking to Bob Stelton over there at the sports department. So he went to Dr. Mark Wagner, and I think he had his hip done as well. So I go in there. I said, hey, Dr. Wagner, can you fix my hip? Takes a look at the MRI. Yes. So I got the stem cell procedure. I'm telling you something. This is the best. If you've been thinking about, surgery for your knee, your wrist, your shoulder, or hip. No. check out Dr. Mark Wagner and go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women, but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow and binge all episodes of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley, available now wherever you listen.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at progressive.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
So no.
Alphaville.
Oh man, I remember I had an Alphaville poster on my wall when I was a kid. Shut up.
I don't even know who it was.
I had no idea.
All right, we're gonna get text message just a second, but you had you want to hear this Mamdani clip?
Yeah, just one more time.
You're gonna tell me
Just for
why
old time's
massive
sake.
government is something that you love and will solve all of your problems.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question for you before I play this clip.
Sure.
In Washington State,
Mm-hmm.
we've had would you say that we have a super limited government in Washington State? Have we been limiting the size of government over the last many years?
No, probably not. No, I would say it's safe to say no.
Has it grown?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Budgetarily, staffing-wise, you bet.
We had a thing yesterday. We kind of walked through between 2018 and 2026. The budget just for Seattle has almost doubled.
Almost doubled. Yeah, it's insane.
Would you say that Seattle's crushing everything that they're doing and getting everything right?
So crushing most of the people trying to do business.
Does housing seem like it's working great in Seattle for people on the lower end of the spectrum?
Incredible. No, it's priced people out of the city.
Homelessness, does that seem like it's going well?
No, more than they were when we started spending $2 billion a year, or last 2 years.
So that would be where I would say that big government is not necessarily fixing your problems. That would be my argument.
So play this real quick.
But let me play this and you make yours.
We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about.
See, I don't think that speaks to the size of government at all. I really don't.
Okay. How so?
I would say no problem to be for government to solve. I point you to the Equal Rights Act, right? It took a government to do that. A problem so big, racial equality in this country is a big problem. It took a government. No problem was too big for the government to take it on. President Johnson did that, right? And no problem too small for it to care about. As a citizen with a concern has the constitutional rights, one of our most treasured freedoms and liberties, to address the government with problems.
Sure.
And for the government to get involved to solve them. That's what I think what he's speaking to there.
Okay, you don't think he's saying?
I don't think he's saying give me more government.
Oh,
give me
okay.
more. I don't think. See, it's just a matter of how we hear it, and
If
that's
you
cool.
did put it in the context of some of the campaign promises that you make, could you understand how somebody like myself thinks that he is advocating for larger government?
Sure, yeah. To get all the
free
things
grocery
done,
stores,
to get all things
government-run
done,
grocery stores,
well, maybe just more
free
efficient
buses,
government.
free child care,
maybe
all these things.
Maybe better priorities and where your tax dollars go. I think is what he's speaking to. But again, it's all how we hear. We always campaign. They say campaign and poetry.
I mean, I'm hearing it with a bias because I think he's
dangerous,
crazy.
A lot of people do,
but you like it.
I think he's got ideas that are very popular, and the government's there to serve the people. Government is there. People their elected officials to do what their priorities are.
Absolutely, about we the people.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well done.
All right, let's get to some of these. Let's get to some of these text messages.
Lori,
you want to start us off?
Yeah.
Oh, these are also funny. On getting struck by lightning, Carl in the 253 says Boeing and Airbus design electrical paths to dissipate lightning strikes away from critical equipment and fuel. Still can make a flight exciting.
They redirect electricity through the plane.
That's smart.
Into every chair.
Yeah.
Into your chair.
Well,
you
no,
wonder
no.
why you have 4 sons? This is why.
It doesn't go into my chair.
They went to every place on the. That's why. I don't have any.
It's very smart that they figured that out. That somebody was like, hey, you know what we should do? Let's not send this through the fuel. Good for them.
Good thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeannie, is it Jenny? Jenny in Tacoma says, I was struck by lightning when I was in the Army. I was stationed at Colorado. It struck the ground and ricocheted and hit my helmet. No kidding.
Wow. That's insane.
And her hearing still works to listen to the show. I'm impressed.
On the housing freeze, Katie Never says, I think they misheard us when we asked for affordable housing. We meant to say, please make houses affordable.
Here.
Point, Katie.
On decorating for Christmas before Thanksgiving, 425 says, I work at Target, and as we were stocking the Christmas section, customers were already shopping it.
You got to give people what they want. There is a reason they put stuff out in Costco in August. People buy it.
Costco knows.
Yeah. Sue in Tiger Mountain says, we also have a tree up, but you don't decorate it until... Wait a minute.
If you don't decorate it,
it's just a lamp.
Just a lamp.
A daylight savings lamp.
Read the next one.
Monica from Olala. I love the fact that Christmas lights are up when it gets dark from switching to standard time. We need the lighting.
Yeah,
Thank you, Monica. I think it's still a little soon.
425 says, my tree is up year-round.
Okay.
I did that when I was a bachelor, living with a bunch of other guys. We just never
Tree
took
up
it down.
year-round?
Well, we put pizza boxes under it. We decorated with beer cans.
Was it totally dead?
It was
dry?
a brown
Well, that's
stick.
funny. That's almost like an art
Right.
installation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's a statement, really.
Yeah, and we don't care. Don't go near our kitchen for the same reason.
Let's see here. Andrew in Lake Tap says, if it makes somebody happy or gives them joy in this crazy world, who cares? Let people be who they are. It doesn't hurt anyone. Yeah, I don't care if they
Ain't
do
that
it.
the great- that's a great
Andrea.
sentiment, yeah.
But I can also think they're crazy. It's my right.
And let him be.
Yeah.
Let him be crazy. Over
Yeah,
there.
Do your thing.
Sure.
It's fine.
On Thanksgiving dinner, Bim in Marysville says, we thought the buy a Thanksgiving dinner was a good idea for work. Then we found out we had to heat it up with one microwave.
Oh, that can be a problem.
Popeyes, Artur, my man Artur says, Popeyes has a turkey for $99 if you ship it, but $55 if you want to pick it up. Got it last year. It was delicious. I've heard about this Popeyes deep fry. They deep fry their
We've
chicken.
heard tale of the Popeyes
Yeah, the
turkey.
Popeye Thanksgiving turkey.
That would be something I would try. That'd be
Okay.
good. You know what a lot of people do too is if you buy a certain amount of groceries at like different outlets,
Yeah.
like grocery stores. I think Fred Meyer does this at times. You get a
Free turkey?
You get a free turkey.
I've seen
you
that
spend
before.
over a certain amount.
Yeah,
of money.
that's
that
so
can be
helpful.
useful. All right, super fun show today. Hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as we did. John Curley's coming up next. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's Friday. That's going to be fun. Hope you guys have a great night. Tim Gato's coming
That's
up
right.
next.
Tim's
Yeah.
coming in. Tim's going to sit in
next.
for John today. I'm going to listen in. It's
All
gonna be
right, stick around. Be right back.
Your favorite Seahawks gear? Check. Face paint? Check. The Mike McDonald preview on KIRO Newsradio? Check.
We want to win the game.
Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald joins the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel, in the final interview before every Seahawks game. Friday mornings, the Mike McDonald preview, only on Seattle's Morning News.
I'm really proud of the work that we've done. I'm proud of the guys' spirit.
This is where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma.